Minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're up.
Charlie Sheen has told Kim Kardashian to go fuck herself. That's in the headline. You know, if CNN did that one time, they would never have to worry about Fox ever again. If CNN ran TMZ at 6 o'clock at night for their regular news, they would never have to worry about Fox again, ever.
Just go.
And I once it, yeah, just go. What do you call
balls
it?
to the wall. Just take it. Rip down the wall and make the weird go away. And then after that, it's the standard.
Well, what happens is Fox does for national and international news what TMZ does to, celebrities and sports figures, right? It talks about them. It brings up all sorts of, whatever about them. And you do hear news about them also, where they're going, what they're doing. They kind of make fun of them. Do they ever say anything nice about people, TMZ?
Oh, doesn't. Yeah. They
a little bit.
Yeah.
But if they, it's like I listen, watch the news, and I really don't understand it. And every time I say this, I get in trouble on one of the channels. It's like the day the guy from Cuba was released. He was a spy, and he was released. And then we told them, we'll take your cigars and your rum, and we'll send you condo developers. I don't know what the switch is. And I was saying that the producer, and I was going there to talk about the Sony interview thing. And I'm in the elevator, and the guy says to me, oh my goodness, this, we're all up in, it's unbelievable. And when they opened the elevator door, it was like a movie. People are running with pieces of paper back and forth. And I said to someone, and now there I am with my friend TK, and we both looked at each other, and Mark Cuban was in the elevator with us. He's on, I guess he's a show on Sirius, he's on Shark Tank and all that, and he owns the Mavericks and everything. He said, how you doing, whatever. Mark Cuban didn't say, hey, isn't that something about Cuba? He didn't say that. My friend TK said, oh, wow, the guy's been really, let me get me to a monitor. And I didn't give a shit. Yet everyone at CNN, and maybe at Fox too, and maybe at MSNBC, I don't know, they gave a shit about an innocuous guy being released from a country we don't even care about. We could care less. You could open relationships with them, and maybe Democrats wouldn't get elected because some fringe group would not like it, or some group of people in Miami wouldn't like it. Mm-hmm. And so I think that if they went for, if it bleeds, it leads at CNN. They hired that guy years ago, and I talked to him about a job, and now he's running, who's the guy that's on the cable now with the Blaze,
Glenn Beck?
Yeah, he runs Glenn Beck's company and does quite well. And he went over to Fox with Glenn because Glenn kept saying, it's kind of lonely over here at CNN for me. And I'm not making fun of them. I really mean they ought to do it. They ought to show fires. They ought to show car chases. They ought to lead with Charlie Sheen telling Kim Kardashian to go fuck herself. They should intersperse all of that stuff and make it, when you turn it on, you don't know what's going to happen. But what you do know is when you turn it on, they're going to be talking about some sort of, boring news.
Well, that would make me watch the news if I knew it was going to be mixed in with things that I really care about in the way that I would like it to be said instead of sugarcoating it, I would absolutely watch more of the news. And then other things would just leak into my brain, and then I'd be more knowledgeable all around. But I can't, because it's a lot of just sadness and stuff that I don't really understand. A lot of it goes over my head.
And NPR is even worse. NPR is so depressing. You turn them on, and I don't know about, maybe PBS is the same way. It's completely depressing. You turn them on, and it's some sadness about girls not being able to go to school in the Middle East, or heads being chopped off, or whatever. And it's almost like if they quit reporting on it, maybe we would be okay. Maybe people would say, okay, it's okay not to be there anymore, as long as they keep reporting and saying how important it is. And then they say they want to have youth. Everybody wants to have young viewers and young listeners. What's really strange is when I look at the demographics, we're a country that's going in the opposite direction. We're a country where people over 50 years old is growing exponentially. And the biggest problem, and for those of you that listen to these channels, what are we going to do when the people 50 years old retire? We're not going to have any money. That means there's a lot of them, a ton of them. So over 50 is a huge, huge number. But I think those people would respond also. I don't think because you're over 50 years old, you want to hear boring shit about whether we're going to get rum or cigars from Cuba. I just don't think so. And a guy told me that no matter what CNN does, they bring in $700 million a year, no matter what they do. No matter who's on TV, no matter what the numbers are, they bring in $700 million. And they're run out of Atlanta. They have, offices in New York City, but they're run out of Atlanta. And they're not changing anything anytime soon. And, Fox is run right out of New York by Roger Ailes. And they have, I'm sure that their age, way over 50 years old. CNN, I think, is way over 50 years old also. But if you want young people, it's not some stupid Entertainment Tonight type show. It would be, you intersperse it, you talk about it, you go to. And they also, for some reason, think that gay guys attract women and young people. I've never gotten that, but every time they have an entertainment reporter, and he's the sweetest guy in the world. Who's that kind of girlish guy that we've talked to when he was a page at NBC? And what's his name?
I can't remember. I don't know.
He looks like Neil Sedaka when he was young. I don't know who he is. Gosh, he's really girlish. He's really funny. I think he does Chelsea Handler or whatever. Whatever happened to Chelsea Handler? What's she doing? Where is she?
I think that she, after her show, she's decided to take some time off, and she's going to travel and become more worldly and face all the fears that she has and ride bareback through safaris and such. And then she's going to be eventually going over to Netflix. She's going to have her own show on Netflix.
So she needed to ride a horse bareback.
She likes to take her shirt off, and ride in the wild. So, and she said
her bosoms
are bouncing. Yeah, she said in an interview that she really needed to explore the world, because how can I talk about things if I don't know anything? And I'm really sick and tired of having to report on things like Kim Kardashian. So I think she just needed.
Well, she's going to be disappointed.
She's
going to be disappointed because that's what people like. They like all that stuff. And I'm going to say it again, because the Kardashians are the only biracial television show, and they mean it, on television. That's their absolute hold on America. They're the only show where black men are absolutely 100% wealthy, in the mix, not made fun of, The women love them. They're with them, the whole thing. And even though black women may not think it's great that a black man marries a white woman, it is, I think, the linchpin of that show. And I tell you why I think that. I heard 3 black women at a store talking about it and laughing about what was going on the Kardashians. And there's not another show like it. All the other shows, when they try and do the racial mix, it's so fake. You can tell. It's just so strained.
So you're saying the Kardashians are real?
Yeah, and in that regard.
You heard it.
No. In that regard, I believe that they find, the guys they've married interesting, whether they're black, white, or whatever. The white guy is a complete zero on that show. Scott,
he's my favorite.
But he's a zero. He's a zero. So there's no white guy better than a black guy on the Kardashians show. There's no they're rich. They're famous. They seem to be loyal to their wives, right? I mean, we haven't had that scandal.
Well, I mean, Lamar Odom was not so loyal as far as his, using drugs and trying to, I guess, take her down with him, but whatever.
Here's what's weird. In life, you go through those periods and you don't leave your husband or your boyfriend or whatever he is, and you kind of stick with. How come Lamar Odom is doing okay now?
I don't
he's
know
doing
if
fine.
He's doing that okay. Is he?
Well, yeah.
What about him is so okay?
I haven't heard that he's in jail or rehab or anything.
I don't know. I mean,
fine.
From what I've gathered from, watching the show, and he kind of fell off the face of the earth for a little while because he was, under a lot of influence of things like crack and such. And then,
what?
Yes.
I don't know if I believe that.
Are you
crack?
kidding me?
He might have been doing coke or something, but smoking crack. I mean, there are lots of people that do.
He was smoking crack from the Entertainment Weekly channel.
He was smoking crack. Yeah.
And then he left, and then, producers and things got in the way trying to bring him back into the storyline. So I don't know what I believe of whether or not he shows up and tries to get his wife back or not, but I know that he fell off the face of the earth because he was a crackhead.
Okay. It says here that Khloe can't find him to finalize their divorce because he's stalling. Have you seen that one? Yeah. Okay. And by the way, who did they throw off of Celebrity Apprentice? Donald Trump thinks that Bill Cosby's an okay guy, and the girl that played Ruby, his daughter, was supposed to reach out to Bill Cosby, and Trump said because you didn't reach out to Bill Cosby, did he say he was a good guy?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he got mad at her for not reaching out?
Because he was saying that, this is someone that you've worked with. If you wanted to have some charity, you should have reached out to him,
That's kind of unfair, though, isn't it? Isn't that unfair?
She's like, I haven't talked to him in 5 years. I don't feel comfortable just reaching out to him out of nowhere, even though we did have a relationship because we worked together. It's different.
And he's accused by 24 women of maybe doing.
But this was filmed a year ago, Celebrity Apprentice.
Yeah, this is before.
So it's not even. Yeah, it was filmed already, and so it's before the accusations. It just happens.
Well, that's going to open the door for accusations now. Why didn't she reach out to him? Was she frightened of him? Was she worried? Not one person from that show has said he was a good guy. Not the wife. Nobody.
I have the audio.
You have what? They filmed that show a year ago, and they're playing it now.
I don't know if it's a full year, but it's definitely,
before the scandal?
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? So that makes Donald Trump, to people that don't know it was filmed 6 months ago or whatever, look like an idiot now. Well, it doesn't.
I have the
he's
audio
an idiot anyway. Yeah.
For Rudy Huxtable, and I was known for being America's favorite daughter, well, aside from Ivanka, I would have called my TV dad for a contribution. And I asked Keisha specifically, did you call
there is a truth to that.
Let me say
There
that
is a
she didn't
truth to
tap
that.
into those resources, and she
I mean, you
said
have-
something
you have
about
somebody-
holding that for later. So
You know, when I look at Sean, when I look at Jamie, when I look at different people, I mean, they don't really have the access. They're great athletes, but they don't know lots of really rich people, I guess, right? But I have to tell you, you know, you do have. Are you okay? We can get you some Kleenex.
No, I'll be fine.
Get some Kleenex.
I have one in I'm fine. I got a jab of drink right here. I'm going to be
You
all
have it?
right.
Are you okay?
Yes.
I love emotion, though. It's nice.
What I know is this.
Something very nice, right?
What I know is this. Yes, I worked
but
with
you have Bill Cosby.
Yes, I worked with
You
Bill
could have
Cosby.
called him.
That was how.
And by the way, a check from him would be like the pennies.
She never picked up the phone, and I think that's
And
what
you
exactly she
understand
said.
that.
I understand that, and for me to go
I was gonna ask that
out
question.
and we're on the phone, we're hustling up money for people. I'm casting a net, trying to catch a whale.
But you don't understand that.
Wait,
can you?
time out.
Let me ask you this.
I'm
Did
trying
you
to catch a
call?
whale when
If
other
you
people are
look,
trying to catch
this is what I
goldfish.
have to say.
Did you call Bill?
I did not. I have not talked to Bill Cosby on the phone in I don't know how long. So for me to pick up the phone, having not talked to you for 5 years, except for when we run into each other for a Cosby event, I feel that's not my place to do.
Oh my God! Imagine being married to Ken. You'd be sleeping with your eyes open.
That's wrong.
That's why we're not. That's why we're not.
I was on the phone making phone calls to my resource from the moment I was chosen as project manager through the entire project. One thing you can say, no, everyone was not. Everyone was not. Everyone did not. You know, we had, you know, done the
No,
social
but doesn't
media.
Kenya bring up a good point that you have this tremendous guy with a tremendous amount of money, and one phone call you could have won the whole task, you know, very easily.
Excuse me, sir, but in Keisha's defense, she was calling her resources while she was changing.
No, but the point is there's resources and resources. If you've got Bill Cosby and you work with him and
But she was
you haven't
calling big
fallen
names.
out with him, I mean, there's no
we all
harm in
were.
putting
Well, at
a
least
call
I
in
know.
saying, for charity,
It's
Bill.
for charity.
My point is this, Keisha. You elected to be project manager. Geraldo, we know, did that too.
Yes.
But he did it in the sure knowledge. He had a couple of billionaires coming down
Yes.
to buy his pies. That empowered him to say, I'm going to lead this team because it's so high risk to be first up. You raised $7,000 or $8,000. It's a very small amount to have seized the project manager mantle on a fundraising task. Huge risk if you didn't have a Bill Cosby like
It
that.
is true.
Okay.
You didn't make.
I mean, why can't Rudy
So-
Huxtable be like, Piers Morgan, you're a failure. Shut up.
Well,
Awful.
that was done before the accusations.
Yes.
And what's so silly is Geraldo's on there selling pies. He's a pie salesman.
They have different
God.
tasks, you know, so they have to do different
Yeah.
business ventures. And I suppose that this week was pies.
Man,
And he's on there with the Real Housewives and stuff.
do they? I mean, I would do it because you know they pay you $50,000 or whatever it is to be on there. But
And you've got the gusto. You'd call anybody.
yeah, but Geraldo has plenty of money and has this position as this news guy, and he's on
Good
there
exposure.
selling.
It doesn't matter. It's he's going to be in the news for a couple of weeks now because he's on this show that does
Celebrity
really well.
Apprentice.
Yeah, it still does really well for some reason. It's been around for a really long time, and he's going to gain some exposure that he doesn't get from other markets.
Well, I think now people are going to think that people that don't know when it was filmed, and if they announce that it was filmed 6 or 8 months ago, that makes it look like a very unfresh show, right? And so now people are going to be wondering if Donald Trump thinks that Bill Cosby is innocent or is still his pal.
Right.
So this ends up being bad for Donald Trump. I wonder if they thought about that.
Well, we have Adrian in Texas on the line who says that he heard an
Yes.
interview with all of them.
Yes. Adrian of Texas. Yeah. You see, this ought to be CNN. See?
Hello?
I wasn't interested until now. Yes, Adrian, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to let you guys know that he actually clarified yesterday with Opie. He said that when everything, it was about a year before she got fired and all that stuff. So, just letting
You
you guys know.
clarified it with Opie on the podcast. I mean,
No, on the radio.
On the Opie and Jim channel?
Yeah.
Okay, so they did it, and he said that he apologized, or how did he explain himself?
No, well, you never apologize because you know how Donald Trump is, but
yeah,
he just said that. I can't really remember that much, but he just, I remember him saying that. I was just wondering if you guys can play, get that audio, but.
No, I can't get that. No,
that's what he said, that she got fired before, and a year
doesn't that make it not seem like a fresh show? Doesn't it seem weird?
What, the Opie show?
No, the average listener isn't going to think. The average viewer
is not going to think like know.
That. So it's just going to stay in the news for longer. I think it'll. Yeah,
it's going to say, well, that Donald Trump is a big fan of Bill Cosby.
That, it was recorded a week ago or something like that. Yeah.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
And years before, if that was a regular, is that on NBC or what is it on? What is it?
I have no idea. I don't even watch the show, but.
There you go. You don't even know what the show is. All right. Thank you very much, Adrian. What is it? What network is it on? Is it on NBC?
NBC, yes. NBC.
Yeah. Years ago, the network would have pulled that. They'd have redone it. So, crazy. I think maybe the network's going, okay, that's probably good for the show,
Yeah, it makes it all seem topical. It kind of ties it all together with what's going on right now.
And it makes it look like he likes Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
If you look back at Donald Trump, go back years ago when I first moved to New York, he was always coming out of bankruptcy or something or other. And no one ever called him a crook, but he would raise money, from other people using his name and stuff. And it's really amazing. I wouldn't go into business with Donald Trump. I would be embarrassed. It's like, it's so weird that people still give him millions of dollars. Maybe I'm a fool, but it's just odd that they still give him, money and stuff. I wouldn't live would you, if you had the money and you could live a lot of places, would you live in the Trump Tower?
No, those windows, they do not open. It's like living in a hotel.
Can I tell you really quick?
Windows don't open? That's what, wait a second.
They don't open properly. I need fresh air in my home. I like to open up the windows and take
So it's not about Trump, it's the windows. Okay,
well, yeah, it's like living in a hotel. It sucks.
I'm with you.
You can't.
Yes, Medina, go ahead.
I was just going to say that a really good friend
jump if you want to.
Of my sister's is a realtor for Trump. And she's like the number one realtor for all his towers. And so I've been in the towers.
They make millions.
I went into the towers, and I have to be honest, the apartments are not that nice. They're kind of dank.
Dated.
Yeah, it's so dated. There's like Formica and peach color stuff. I'm like, this is the 80s, like total 80s.
Yeah, it needs a complete overhaul, I'd say.
Well, what's weird is that years ago, a buddy of mine and I, when I was living in New York, he opened a building up on does he have a show here? Because we can't talk about him if he does. Do you have a show here? No. Is there a Trump channel?
Nope.
Okay, good. So we were on the east side, and we decided to go in to one of his towers, and it was an open house for the apartments. And we went up, and it was very boxy and just, drywall and stuff. Remember when Sub-Zero and all those fancy makes of, refrigerators and washing machines and all that? It was Sub-Zero this and Bosch and Miele. Everything in there was General Electric, was GE. And I thought, wow, is that as good as the other? And then we picked up a magazine, and he was advertising for General Electric, So everything I saw in there looked like he was, promoting it. He wasn't just buying the best. Not that GE is bad, but there were products at that time that people were buying for fans. And the place was like $4 million. Something insane. But I agree with you. They were uninteresting. It just wasn't like fun to see him. Yeah, I'll never understand a lot of this. But, he's a big star, a big deal. And he has a thing where you can't touch his hand or something. You know that I hosted Donald Trump, Man of the Millennium?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, I did. About 15 years ago. Man of the Millennium. I was the host.
What is that?
Of
like a male beauty contest? What's Man of the Millennium?
Millennium is 1,000 years.
I know what a millennium is. What is Man?
He was given an award as the entrepreneur, and I think they had called Howard about it. And Howard, doesn't do that or didn't want to MC it or whatever. And my agent said, Jay Thomas would be good at it. And so I went and did it. And Alec Baldwin was there, and the New York City, district attorney was there, and there was, celebrities, and his mother was there, and I hosted it and told jokes and acted silly. And he and the tall wife that didn't say a word. She just looked. She just stared. Didn't say a word. And, it was interesting, but who knows who gave him. He might have given himself that award. I don't even know what it was. I don't know what it was. I don't know. And I acted like I didn't know who he was. And so during the night, as people would say how great he was, I would come back up and go, man, you're really something. You'd always get like a big laugh. Wow. I had no idea. I didn't know who you were when I got here. By the way, I mentioned Snowpiercer, which is a really interesting film. Last night, I got this list of movies, the 10 most interesting movies of 2014 that no one saw. That's what it's called. One of them is Nymphomaniac, Volume 1 and Volume 2. So I buy it for $5, and it's got a Swedish actor in it. It's Skarsgård, and then it has this woman, Charlotte Gainsborough, is in it, and then some pretty great-looking young women, British, and then it has Shia LaBeouf, who's really good in it, and Christian Slater is in it, and Uma Thurman is in this movie, Nymphomaniac. It is a regular movie, and you see penises going into vaginas and anuses, yes, and you see women putting their mouths, you see the actresses putting their mouths on men's penises and sucking them to fruition. This is a regular movie you would go into a movie theater and see.
And the name of it again is?
Nymphomaniac, and it's over 5 hours long. So they broke it up into 2.5 hour movies. It is really interesting. It's long, and the guy that wrote it and directed, his name is Lars von Trier's. He he did Melancholia, and he also did a movie years ago called not Shifting Tides, but it's something about the ocean. I'll think of it. A long time ago, where God told this woman to screw every man she could, and she starts screwing every guy she can screw, and it was crazy movie. This Nymphomaniac is so wild, and it's actually terrific acting. And then all of a sudden, you see everybody's penis, and you see vaginas being licked, and the camera's right in there. You see it all. It's wild, and it's a very interesting movie. Now, you may want to spin it forward because it gets a little long-winded, and as you're spinning it forward, you're going to see more penises and more sex as you're spinning it forward. It's wild. Nymphomania Volume 1 and Nymphomania Volume 2. So I'm going to add that to my whatever it is. Jay Thomas, picks, movie picks. Look up Lars von Triers, I guess, would be his name. Lars von Trier's. And
What do you want to know?
Well, what's the one about the ocean? Changing Tides, rushing waves, something. Would have been a while ago.
Breaking the Wave.
Breaking the Waves. That was his breakthrough film.
In 1996.
He used a handheld camera, and you almost get car sick watching it. And Breaking the Waves. And Emily somebody is the star of it. She's an English actress. It made her a star.
Emily Watson.
Emily Watson made her a star. Jay, do you remember Anastasia Date? Remember that I guess she was a beautiful, Russian woman that came in with this dating service?
Yes, I signed Ira the Weatherman up for it this afternoon.
And he's supposed to talk to some young woman from Russia?
Well, we'll see what kind of hits we get on the site. I'm not finished making his profile yet. But, he enjoys good food and good conversation.
It sounded like some sort of a scam to me, or whatever. I don't know.
No, it's not a scam. It's a dating website. It's legit.
Can I get on it?
It is, but
yes.
Do you pay to meet the men? Do the men pay to meet the women?
We don't have to pay anything. We have a special service for Ira. We have a special discount for Ira the Weatherman. So
Medina, you're so desperate you want to get on an internet dating service with Russians?
I would try one, sure. Why not?
Okay, put her on it.
But I'm not desperate. I'm just saying I would look. There's nothing wrong with looking.
What's the matter with being alone?
That's the thing, though. I'm perfectly fine being alone, but I miss companionship,
Men aren't interested in companionship.
That's
okay. I
They're
miss
not
sex
interested
too.
in companionship. Well, they're just not. They're not even interested. I mean, it's weird. Men are weird. They have no interest in companionship, and when they think they ought to get married, they don't even know why. They have the faintest idea why they're getting married. I've never met a guy who could explain to me in a meaningful, emotional way why he got married. But with women, now their feelings may have changed many years in, but they'll say, well, I met Ted and, he was wonderful and we traveled a lot and we did all this stuff. You meet Ted, you go, hey, Ted, well, why did you and, Chloe get married? I don't know. She was, going out, dating for a while. I was 28, and, we got married. It was fun. We had a good time. Get the kids, good time. That's a guy's talk. That's it. Did you marry her for companionship, Ted? Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, companionship. Yeah, it's really true. There was an old, crazy philosophy that women ought to be on one island, men on another, and then there's a neutral island. They would mate, procreate the earth, and then go back to their respective islands with the people that they really like.
But what happens to people like me that don't want to mate? Would I just have to be alone and accept it?
No, you'd have a conjugal visit at the central island.
Okay.
You'd be a lot of fun. You would go to Glory Hole Island, where you would either pleasure yourself or others. You would just go to Glory Hole Island. Welcome to Glory Hole Island, home of Christina Palumbo. Glory Hole Island. That's what you would do. You'd paddle over, and so now this Russian woman was incredibly gorgeous, and I just don't see that it's I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, so Ira's going to start talking to some woman, young woman, emailing the woman or video chatting with her. What's he going to do?
I think there's several different options. First, it can start off as just chatting, like instant messaging or emails back and forth. And then there's options to video chat. There's options to just flirt online. I don't know. I have to investigate it more. Today I was mostly just looking for great pictures to put up on his profile page.
We'd love to offer hundreds of free credits to get Ira and the other guy. Sorry, his name slips my mind. Is that me?
No, Britton.
Oh, Britton.
Yeah.
From the Howard Stern Show?
101 channel, yeah.
And have a competition to see us more success and maybe even find some love from Russia. Oh, come on. That is crazy. I mean,
this was all your idea, by the way.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great idea.
Okay.
Brilliant. You know what is a terrible movie is The Equalizer with Denzel Washington. If he read the script, it must have had a $20 million check attached to it. It is so predictable, and everyone they introduce, every Russian bad guy, is going to die within, an hour and 15 minutes. They're all going to be dead. And the overweight Hispanic guy, Denzel Washington works at a Costco or one of these big box stores, he's a salesman, sells wood and stuff, at Home Depot type of, they call it something else, Home Mart, they call it. And he reads all these books. His wife is dead. And this little hooker, who, of course, was the girl from Badass, who has a really cute face, and her body is going south as quickly as I'm talking. She's a little hooker. And so, before the movie's over, she won't be a hooker any longer. She'll be going to school. And Denzel Washington will reveal himself as this amazing former CIA karate expert. So he has kind of a pot belly, kind of broad. He's in his 50s. And every time the strongest, most incredible Russian bad guys come around him, he beats the shit out of each one of them. He went into a room at a Russian strip club or restaurant, surrounded by 5 evil Russians, one with a knife, one with a machine gun, one with a pistol. I think they had 5 different weapons. Denzel Washington kills about 30 people in the movie and never uses a gun one time. Not one time. And so the climactic scene is they're in the Wood Mart or wherever they work. And the Russians have taken people that work with Denzel hostage. And so he's going to go back to Home Depot where he works to save everyone. This is a giant place. 100,000 square feet. No one calls the police. No one dials 911. No one. And he goes in and he secures the place with all these fancy schmancy things he's doing. And he gets the Russians trapped in the wood department. Gets them trapped. They can't get out. And he's going to go in there. Now, they're on a suicide mission. But the Russian, one of the guys, is a multimillionaire. But he's on a suicide mission. There's no way he can get out. There's no way he's not going to die. But all he has to do is go to an exit and leave if he wants to. Right? So they get all of the employees out of the Home Depot into the parking lot. Medina, you're at the Home Depot. 5 men have taken the Home Depot. They've rounded you all up with machine guns. But Denzel comes in and he gets you into the parking lot. What do you think you would do?
Run.
No. Well, after you ran, what would you do?
Cry? I don't know.
What would you do with your cell phone?
Oh, I'd make a phone call right away.
Call the 911, right?
Yeah, or like my mom.
But you'd call somebody.
Yeah, I'd make a 100%. I'll call Christina.
Yeah. And I'm talking about 20 people. Not one person dialed 911. So there are no sirens. There's no police. There's no nothing. And then Denzel sets off the fire alarm, which causes the water to spray, which you see in every movie. No fire department comes at a fire at a Home Depot. No fire department. And he strangles people, and these guys are looking for him, and you can hear all this noise. He fights this guy for like 2 or 3 minutes, and yet the other 4 guys can't go to the noise. You know what I'm saying? It's completely silent, except for Denzel fighting. And I'm watching it going, man, it's just so unbelievable. And listen, he's so rich and he can do any movie he wants to. It does make you wonder. It's like, why? Why do you? It's a bad adventure movie. And he has the power to sit down and go, look, I want to do the movie. I want to make the $20 million. But come on, guys, let's write a better movie than this. This is really totally unbelievable. And so no police come, no fire department comes. And at the end of the movie, he's back in the coffee shop where he brings his own tea bag every day, Christina. He doesn't use a tea bag from the coffee shop. They never explain why he brings his own tea bag. Every scene starts with him putting a tea bag into a napkin at his apartment, his Spartan apartment. And he rolls the napkin up and he takes the tea bag in the napkin back to the coffee shop. He orders hot water. And the bartender, the coffee, whatever it is, guy, gives him hot water. And then he opens the napkin up and he makes tea with it. Doesn't buy anything. And he reads a book. And then the little prostitute comes back. Thanks for saving my life. I'm in junior college. No police, no court case, no testimony. Killed 25 people. He left dead bodies. He strangled them with cords and barbed wire, and he put drills in their heads. And he stabbed them with garden equipment, went in the garden department, and just got every dangerous garden tool he could get, and stabbed all of them. And not one bad guy ever moaned or groaned. They died without making a sound. Like, you stabbed me. I'm going to go, something.
Right.
Stabbed them. Dead. Nothing. It was unbelievable. What a piece of shit. Now, that cost $10 to rent. And the one, which actually had a pretty interesting story and had live sex, cost me $4.99.
I'm being told on Twitter that Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and 2 is available to stream on Netflix.
Yeah, it's really something. Now, you may not want to watch all of it. It may bore you. And the beginning is kind of interesting, and then the movie
there's
changes.
Penetration. I don't know how boring that could be.
It's unbelievable. No, it's much more than that.
I know.
It is a tongue on a clit. Close up. It is Shia LaBeouf's. No, it isn't Shia LaBeouf. It's another guy. But now, they obviously CGI'd porn stars in there or something. But you can't tell. And the penises flop out, and the girl is down on the guy, and coming every. I mean, it's unbelievable. My brother and I'm upstairs in a little office watching TV, and every few minutes I go, "Oh my God, oh my God!" I sound like my mother. Oh God, oh God. By the way, this company, this dating company, they have all these different people. Corporate spokesperson. I mean, I think they set really rich guys up with Russian women.
Well,
you don't find this shady at all, huh?
I'm not sure. I just want to see what it's like to put Ira on a dating website. He called me over the weekend, and I had him on speakerphone. Yeah. My boyfriend answered the phone, and halfway through the conversation, he calls me to complain about his bill. He calls me to tell me what he won and lost during the gambling. And then in the middle of everything goes, Christina, when you get married to your boyfriend, I'm going to give you money. And I was like, really, Ira? Well, he goes, I'm going to give you a beautiful, beautiful present. I'm going to give you money. So, I mean, maybe it's the place for him. He's got the cash.
No, we're not. We're talking about he needs to bring them over, and they're going to be these young, money-grabbing Russian women, and they are fine, boy. They are fine. Yeah, but
he's really good at keeping a hold on his wallet.
Well, yeah. And by the way, the money he gives you, prepare yourself for a sock full of pennies. That's what I think you'll be getting. Sarah Palin has attacked PETA over animal abuse accusations. Apparently her son stepped on her dog during the holidays, and
she used the kid used the dog as a step stool, kind of, so you could see over the counter.
The little kid.
Yeah, the Trig or Trip,
did the dog care? Did the dog whimper?
No, it was a huge dog. Dogs take a lot of, that from kids. They're designed for that.
Right. And standing on top of the family dog named Jill. Did she name the dog Jill Hadassah? What? The family dog named Jill Hadassah. Is that the name of the dog? Hadassah is a Jewish women's group, isn't it? Is that the name of the dog? So Sarah Palin showed everybody the picture of the little boy stepping on the dog, and Peter went crazy. And then she said, well, did you know that Barack Obama ate dog in Indonesia? Did you know that?
We've talked about that before. That was a headline. Whether or not.
Yeah, he said that when he was a little boy, he lived in Indonesia, and dog. What did dog taste like? I don't remember that.
Chicken. I don't know.
No, it doesn't. Said it was tough. It's like chicken.
But then, did you see what she had said to PETA? Aren't you the same people that take your private jets to your big fancy galas with your alligator skin bags? And their response is, well, she clearly knows just about as much as PETA as she does geography.
Someone sent me a note here. Jay, he didn't just say, just Charlie Sheen, didn't just say go fuck yourself. He said her ass was gross and jiggly.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Now, what's he mad at? What's he, did she say something about him?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. So let's take a couple phone calls. Who's there waiting? And I'll get that computer.
Let's go to
hopefully
Chris in Pennsylvania.
Chris of Pennsylvania. Jay Thomas. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Jay, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, that teabag part of the Equalizer, I believe that was because he was supposed to read 100 books, and he told his wife if he read 100 books and drink tea every morning, he was supposed to meet back up with her.
Well, why didn't he buy tea at the coffee shop? He came in and he got free hot water. He got free hot water.
He faked his death. I'm taking he probably just didn't want to have a bill. Leave anything back behind.
He get a play. Did you watch that whole movie and think that movie had any value at all?
I thought it was decent because Denzel was in it, but if it was someone else, it would have been pretty cheesy.
But didn't you know everything that was going to happen?
Oh yeah, you knew each time.
How do you watch? You see, here's my problem. The only reason why I watched it is because I was going to talk about it today. I would have turned that movie off after 25 or 30 minutes. I'd have left. I'd have turned it. My brother even said the same thing. Why don't we turn it off? I said, no, I'll talk about it tomorrow. And I paid $15, where I paid. And I go to. It's the same thing with the Matthew McConaughey movie, which everyone says was so great. The whatever it was, Interstellar. The most boring 30 minutes. My wife and I looked at each other. She said, are you as bored with this as I am? I said, this is terrible. And we left. And they go, oh, you had to stay. No, you're supposed to be grabbed, and you're supposed to wonder. You watch Nymphomaniac and call me back. Okay, Chris?
All right,
thank you very much, Craig. Hey, Christina, when you're answering the phones back there and you see there are these people that call every day because they have no life and no friends and no one to be with, don't put them on.
Okay, I didn't get that impression from Chris. I'm not the one screening the phone calls. So
you don't remember him calling yesterday?
No, I black out after these shows.
Really? You're like me with the show.
Yeah, completely.
I remember every phone call, but I don't remember the show. I remember every phone call. And we have a woman coming on later that goes online and plays house with dollies. There's one nut after the other. What is it called? Is it called play? It's called playing house. Right?
We've had her on before where she just did an art project where she has a mannequin family, because she's sick and tired of people asking, why aren't you married? So now it's turning into
Does she tell people she's a lesbian?
I don't think so. I don't believe that she is a lesbian. But now it's turned into a project, into a film. And it'll show her getting married. It'll show her on family vacation.
With a fake family.
With a mannequin family, yes.
It's conceptual humor, isn't it? It's what are they? We had the woman on, and it was Art, where she was waiting to have her child, and her husband was the.
Yes, they had the baby on stage.
Yeah, we waited days for this thing to happen a couple of years back. It's conceptual art or whatever. And so here's what's weird. Now, Medina, when someone says, "How come you're not married?" What's your answer?
Because I don't want to settle.
You say, "Oh, you don't want to settle."
Yeah.
For someone.
Yeah. I'd rather be alone than with someone I don't like, or just because I feel like I have to because I'm getting older, you know?
Well, you would marry someone you like. I think it's not going to be movie love or romantic, comedy love or romantic novel love, and it shouldn't be. Marriage should never be that, because how disappointing is it when the love of your life turns out to be normal? It's not that they're bad. It's that they're normal. That's what's so weird. You fall madly in love with someone, man or woman, and you love to sleep with them. You love to touch them. You love to look at them. Everything they say is interesting. And about, a year or so in, they're just normal people. That's the disappointment. They're not bad. They don't do anything. It's the way high up. My wife and I just made a business deal, a pact. We had a pact. That's right. We had lawyers and everything. 27 years later, bliss. Bliss, I tell you. Where are the women that I loved? Who cares? Floating in the river of nothingness. All right. Jay Thomas Show. Another happy topic. Mr. Happy. Happy New Year. God bless. Whoever.
The Jay Thomas Show. It's the afternoon show. We will say what you are thinking.
What can I say? The guy's good.
The Jay Thomas Show.
Jay Thomas. Sirius XM, Indy.
Cheer up.
Do we have Suzanne Heinz ready to go?
We do.
Suzanne Heinz. Hey, Suzanne, go to playinghouseproject.com or Suzanne with a Z, Heinz.com. How are you? Were on this show before. Do you remember?
Oh, I sure remember. Do you?
No. I don't.
You need me to go over the whole story?
Yeah. Was it bad? Was it bad?
No, it was funny.
It was. What's sad, and people go, "Oh, it's because you're old." No, I didn't remember things ever. There's a thing about the day after a show, or the hour or two after a show. A buddy of mine called me today and was talking about my show yesterday, and he's going on and on and on. And I said, "I got to stop you. I don't remember the show from yesterday." But here's the weird thing: I remember people that call me. I remember phone callers, so their names, and if they call too many days in a row, I remember that, and I don't, talk to them, right? And so that's odd, and I remember it's odd, but I don't. So what did we talk about? Now I know you are a conceptual artist, a humorist, a comedian. How do you want to be introduced?
Keep it coming.
Oh, yeah.
You're on. Got it.
a single woman that is fighting for the empowerment of the single woman.
Indeed. And
a provocative missionary of female awareness.
Missionary?
A missionary of No, the word missionary just means you're on a mission.
Well, how about a crusade? I like that better. Like the
crusader.
Single women.
Yes, a crusader. A crusader. I think Joan of Arc, by the way, was really weird.
Well, of course, but it takes weird people to start new trends in society, don't you think? And I'm one of them.
I think once they realized Joan of Arc, was a lesbian with a metal helmet on, she was going up in flames. I think a guy went, Chuck.
Women look look good in silver. You know,
she's really into leading men with the sword and has the short haircut and everything else. Me
careful,
thinks
I just got my
that's how
haircut
they
too.
talk. So, are you not married because you're a lesbian?
No. I actually am not married because I choose not to get married, and I like boys. I like boys quite a bit. I actually.
You don't have to get married. I was just saying that to Medina that works here. You know, marriage is interesting, but romantic love and movie love and everything else. I was saying that when that goes away, your partner hasn't changed. Your partner has become normal, and it's that normalcy that people are disappointed in. Like, oh my God,
it's never normal with a mannequin. Never. So it's never.
You have mannequins, and you're playing house with them. Where do you have this put up? Where is it standing right now?
It's not a particular setup. I just have a bunch of mannequins in the basement, and I pull them out for photos every once in a while when I get a great idea.
Is it like the gnome that they sent around the world? That gnome thing? And
well, kind of. It's not. Except I go with them.
You do.
About a year ago, I took them to Paris. As you know, you might travel with your family abroad. So I just thought I would take them to the most idyllic vacation destination in the world. So I took them to Paris and posed in front of the Eiffel Tower and the L'Arc de Triomphe and all over Paris. And the whole idea was to use these mannequins as an icebreaker to get people to talk about expectations for women and how you're just not a real woman unless you are married with kids. And
that's true.
Yeah, well, I don't think
true.
so.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. God put us on this earth to procreate.
Well, some of us.
That's right.
Some of us have other work to do. And I actually think that, there's other forms of creation besides genetic ones. And so
it's always single people that aren't married that say stuff like that.
Damn Skippy.
That's right. It's never the married with 5 kids. They go, look, I'm too busy cooking. I got a big thing of pasta going. I can't really help you anybody. Now, here's the craziest question. Where do you store them when you travel? Like, getting on an airplane with luggage is different. Where do you have them? Where do you have them in a suitcase?
Yeah, well, I would love to pack them in a suitcase and get them on the airplane with me. But the thing is, the TSA is kind of picky, and they don't.
Right.
They don't really like crazy chicks with mannequins trying to get on the airplane, so I have to ship them ahead of time, which actually ends up costing more than a ticket on a plane, but it's what I got to do to get them there. It's just all part of the process.
So you're going to go to Paris. You load up them. Do they break down? Can you pop the head off and the arms and the legs?
Well,
and you put them in. It's a man and a couple of kids.
Just one kid. And actually, I have 2 husbands, one in a in a seated position and one in a standing position.
So you have 2 husbands. So you've got you and your bigoted mannequin family head off for Paris. It costs you $500-600 to get them there, and then you take them out and you take a picture. And it's funny, and everyone likes it. And then you run it later on stage, or do people mail you money because it's funny?
I wish people would mail me money.
How do you make money? Because I'm going to start doing it. How do you make money? I'll take my real family with me and have them look like mannequins.
Well,
how do you make money?
I make money by selling the prints. But actually, my main gig is by working for Stars TV. I don't know if you've heard of Stars, but it's like HBO.
Sure.
And I'm an art director for them. So basically, it's
Chris Albrecht. Chris Albrecht is the.
You know him, yes.
Chris was the bartender and the manager of the Improvisation Comedy Club when I first moved to New York, and he was the bartender and the manager of the Improv. That's how he started.
Awesome.
And he had done comedy for a while. Did you know that?
No way.
He was a two-man comedy
funny
team.
To me.
Well, you know what? Neither does Michael Richards or Jerry Seinfeld when they're just standing around being the bores that they are in real life. But when they get on stage, now I'm kind of funny in person and not very funny on stage. So it happens. It just happens to people. But he was a comic for a while, and then he became the manager, and he put me on. I mean, Joe Piscopo said my buddy's kind of funny, and that's how I first started in New York show business, Chris Albrecht, and then he became the head of HBO, and he liked comics a lot. The only thing he ever hired me for was to do a free show one day, a brunch, women in film. He hired me to do that. And that's it. And then he's the head of Stars. And you have my favorite show over there, which is the pirate show, Black Sails.
Yes.
My favorite show. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's it. So what do you do at Stars? That's a good job.
All over again. 6 degrees of separation.
You ever see Chris Albrecht? You ever see him?
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty short.
We don't need to go into all that. Say, listen, Jay Thomas, he was interviewing me, and Jay Thomas says hello.
Well, isn't that something?
You'll be shocked.
If I ever bump into him again, I'll have to bring this up.
Yeah. What do you do at Stars?
I'm an art director. So basically, I make their promotions and commercials look really good.
Have you ever had a comedy special on Stars?
Oh, that's an awesome idea. Would you mention that to Chris?
No, you know what? Does he know that you are this person that flies around the world with the mannequin? He does.
No.
How come? It's so weird. Why wouldn't you have sent...
Well, he works out of L.A. I'm in Denver. Our paths don't cross.
So what?
What should I do? Ring him up? Hey, I'm a crazy mannequin lady that works for you in Denver. Can you get...
No, you're not... Well, listen, you're not a crazy mannequin lady. You take this very seriously. And you do this mannequin thing, and you say, Chris... You know, I just wanted you to know that I am an art director for you and show up for work every day. But I've been doing something very interesting for the last few years, and it's been bringing me a lot of notoriety on the internet. And just wanted to let you know that that's also what I do. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And if you already work at that company, I can't believe you haven't sent it to anybody. No one's going to just find you. That doesn't happen.
Well, they did so far. I mean, I've been on the cover of the Yahoo homepage, and even my.
But hold on a minute, and yet your boss doesn't know you exist.
Right.
Wow. Now I send my boss everything, and he doesn't give a shit. So that's also what can happen, where you go, I'm on TV.
Well, you know, I have a different job to do when I'm there, so they want me to be serious about that job, and not really.
I see. So you're afraid of losing your job because you do a stupid mannequin thing. Well, really, it sounds like you're embarrassed.
Well, I'm not embarrassed. I'm really quite proud. But it is a separate deal. I mean, I live a split life. Kind of like.
Here's another one. Send him a note and say, look, I love being the art director, but if ever this other thing I'm doing, and here's a link to it, I'm quitting. You put that, give that to him. Yeah, I'm quitting. Just wanted you to know. So now you fly around the world, you bring the mannequins, and then the people buy the pictures of you and the mannequins, the fake family?
Right. And also I have a book, and they sell that too. But really, I make most of my money from the man. From Chris.
What's the name of the book?
Life Once Removed. That's the name of the book.
And does that have the mannequin? The mannequins are in it.
Yeah, exactly. It's me posing with the mannequins over a 14-year period. Because, I do have this day job, and I can't, hang around with mannequins taking photos all day. I got stuff to do.
You have been doing this for 14 years.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of kooky, but, all my friends love it, and they keep encouraging me, like, what are you going to do this year? So I just finished my big Christmas card photo shoot, which has an accompanying video, which is extremely funny, where I take the mannequins holiday shopping. And
so you say you're driven by a few friends saying it's a good idea.
Well, friends, and now, heck, the world. People know who I am in China. Can you believe it?
But not the head of a major cable network. That's the stupidest thing I have ever heard. It really is. It almost angers me that you're that much of a chicken shit. You're single. You're single. No, you're single. Your mother's your trouble, probably. You're single, and you've got this thing, and you have no interest in being a fucking art director at Stars Network, and you've got a guy who ran HBO who is looking for new things all the time. You have energy and everything else. I'm very disappointed in you. And I'm just going to tell you that. Your friends are not telling you the right thing. You are a disappointment. You're disappointed.
You pain me deeply.
No.
I do.
Christina, is she not a disappointment to women everywhere?
Well, I wouldn't say she's a disappointment to women everywhere, but I do see your point, Jay, and it's nice that you're lighting a fire under her ass because she is very talented and deserves to go ahead and make something.
And the laughter and everything else, it's all filled with insecurity.
Oh, is that where it comes from? Shit, you could have saved me a lot of money on therapy sessions.
And you live in Denver. Why don't you just
stay
there?
Denver is
I'm from New York. I'm from Yonkers.
Okay.
I'm from Yonkers. I lived half my life there, and I found a better place.
The next time I interview you, I want to know that you've written a note to and sent everything to Chris Albrecht. Say hello for Jay Thomas. He truly, we've known each other forever. And good luck with your Playing House project. And if people want to look at it.
I am making a film, so don't yell at me too hard.
Something else that Chris won't see. So go to
he's not into documentaries, is he?
Yes, he is. He ran HBO, remember?
It's an awesome feature-length documentary film being made by two independent filmmakers, Karen Whitehead and Catherine DeFrance.
Her last name is Whitehead?
Yeah, come on.
You mean like what I get on my face when I have too much? Wait a second. When I have too much chocolate, I get little whiteheads on my chin.
He has this little hang-up about last names, Suzanne.
Last names. If my last name was Whitehead, I would change it to Blackhead. I would change it to something else. Redhead. I would change, I don't know, No Head. How about, my name's, Julie No Head. So independent filmmakers. So they don't have any money either. They don't have any money either. They have no money, the independent filmmakers.
Well, we're going to make money on this one. I mean, who else has a story like this? How
Nobody,
many people that have done what I've done?
Neither does Chris Albrecht at Stars. He doesn't. You know what's really funny? I know you're not going to do it, and you're almost weirding me out.
He's you're weirding. Next time I see him at a company meeting, I'm going to take him on. I'm like a foot
What's with the short thing? What is that about? I'm short too.
I can take him. I could punch him with one left hook. I'm not afraid.
You are so insecure. Your mother has destroyed you. How long has your mother been divorced?
She was only divorced for a very short time. Now she's been married for another 20 years.
And do you like the stepdad?
Oh, yeah. He's a great guy.
Okay.
He got us out of Yonkers all right.
All right. Well, good luck with the new independent, whatever it is, movie and the project, Playing House Project.
Playing House
Suzanne Hunt. Did our first conversation go like this, too?
I couldn't get a word in edgewise, frankly. You had a couple other people there that were awfully funny, but I think I poked in about 2 or 3 seconds worth of funniness.
So did you get some good information here? You're going to
I think you might have changed my life and given me courage.
All right. We'll check back. It's like, I'm like going to the dentist. We'll check back in 90 days, okay?
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Thanks for the life lesson.
Okay. Bye.
You're so good, Jay.
That woman is just she's a loser.
No, don't say things like that.
She works for a guy that used to be the chairman of the head of HBO. Mm-hmm. He left that. He's now with Stars, which they're doing all kinds of interesting things over there. Dramas, comedy, everything. And she hasn't sent him her world-famous Playing House project? That's really strange.
Maybe so.
Really
Maybe she's waiting for the right time. Maybe it doesn't feel right yet. People have intuitions.
14 years?
I don't know. Maybe
I would almost say if I was...
have that kind of a relationship where she can't ask for favors or things.
It isn't a favor. You're a talent. You actually have a bit. You have it. It's not a favor. If I had a thing that would be important to Sirius, I would go, I have this thing, and I would send it to the president or whoever, and I would, even if they didn't do it, I would say, this looks like something Sirius ought to do. Mm-hmm. Give it a look. They would at least acknowledge it, send it back. I mean,
Well, maybe you gave her the courage that she needs to get it moving.
14 years later?
Listen, there's people that have that kind of a drive, and then there's just creative-minded people that need a person to light the fire. Mm-hmm. So I think that maybe
her friends are zeros. Oh, where are you going to bring the mannequin next?
You're so
hold it. Where are you? Because if you're trying to make it and you've got 10 friends that want to know where the mannequin's going, That's a zero thing. My friends could tell me something was funny, not funny, whatever. I would ask them their opinion of it, and maybe I would adjust it. But if they kept saying how good I was and I wasn't moving forward,
I understand
then they're
what
useless.
you're saying, and I don't think that you're wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe you can, word it a little nicely. When you can't call people losers like that, it's terrible. It takes the fire right out.
Two independent filmmakers. Independent means two people that are broke, and they have a cell phone.
Some of the best
with
things
a video
come out
in
of
it.
independent movies and festivals and things.
All right. No, you know what? They don't. They really don't. And I've been doing it my whole life. It is such a falsehood.
I don't know. I'm just trying to be positive.
I know these unknown video. Because I had that little, which you can see, that little show Talker that I helped write and produce and direct, and didn't direct it, but I acted in it, starred in it, and we won every festival that we entered. And we were against really much younger people that made kind of interesting stuff, but they would fall apart. Ours had a beginning, a middle, and an end. We won best show. We won. This is at the Independent Los Angeles Independent Television Festival, whatever the fuck that is, and best actor, best show, and best director. Meaningless. They're totally meaningless.
If you make another movie, can I be in it?
No. And then I've had other independent movies that Bryan Cranston wrote and directed. Bryan from Breaking Bad, and his wife was in. And we won the Palm Springs Film Festival. We won the Breckenridge, Colorado Film Festival. We went to all these film festivals. Nothing. He never could sell it. Ever. Nothing. Still can't sell it. He's Bryan Cranston. It's such bullshit that there is some independent that people give a shit. They don't. Every now and again, they'll buy someone with a lot of hits on Twitter. But here's a prime example. I believe that Jennifer Lopez it's some crazy amount of, 10 million Twitter followers or something? It's some huge amount of people. She's like one of the biggest. Has all these Twitter followers. And she puts out a CD.
30.3 million Twitter followers.
Her CD sold less than 1,000 copies. What's the use of over 30 million Twitter followers?
That's not her only job. She's on American Idol. She's in the movies. Being a recording artist isn't her only job anymore. She's successful in other outlets.
If 5% of them had bought her CD, it would be a best-selling. If they paid 99 cents for one hit off of it, they would have sold 1.5 million. That's 5% of her following. So out of the 30 million people that follow her, and she's a singer, and she's on, TV and all those other things, they just do it because she's Jennifer Lopez and not because she has any talent at all. It's weird to me. It's odd. Look, we talked about Glenn Beck. When's the last time you saw Glenn Beck on television, or you read a story about Glenn Beck in the newspaper? Like a headline, Glenn Beck says whatever, and the world changes. You remember? Remember when he was on TV? He was always doing stuff.
Yeah.
On CNN and then on Fox.
A month ago or something I saw in the news.
He has, from what I understand, about 350,000 subscribers, and they pay quite a bit of money. And now he's doing television and stuff. He might, if he gets up to 1 million on the internet, that's a big deal. But paid, 1 million paid on the internet. But Glenn makes a ton of money on less than 1 million people, but they pay money. So that's why he does well. It's just, he might have 40 million Twitter followers too, but he doesn't have that many people that will pay for his show, for his network. It's odd. And I've said that 1 million times. Unless they pay, it's meaningless. They can like you. They can. I think me telling the Letterman story and throwing the football, I think over the years, if you look at all the different venues it's at, CBS.com or mine or whatever, I think it's got about 10 million hits. 10 million hits. I've never gotten one job because of it. Nothing. Not even a T-shirt. Nothing. It's like, and I've done everything to try and turn it into money or talk about it or sell a book about, we're not doing it. And I go, well, look at all these people that did the hit. Well, they don't buy books. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's odd to me. That's all. It's like having a fucking podcast. I asked Gilbert about his podcast. He didn't make 5 cents. Didn't make any money at all. And isn't it a huge thing?
Yeah, it's very successful.
I know. He didn't run any ads, didn't have any spots. I said, well, damn, man, start charging. He was afraid to charge because people wouldn't pay $3 a month.
You don't want to see something fail because you don't think that people are going to charge. Everything is so accessible now on the internet, and everybody works for free.
Glenn Beck isn't. You have to pay for Glenn Beck. You have to pay for the guy that used to work for Opie. You got to pay for it. Listen. You get 50,000 people a month to pay you $1. How about 50 cents?
Is Gilbert
That's,
trying to see
$300,000 a year at least?
Is Gilbert trying to prove numbers and things, and then later on we'll introduce a fee?
I don't know.
Maybe that's
I have no idea.
Maybe he was insecure about what would come of it, so he just wanted to see what the reaction would be. But I've never heard a bad thing about his podcast.
No, it's fine. It's wonderful. And he's beloved. Mm-hmm. But I think comics do it to promote their, where they're going to perform. They'd rather have, 400 people pay $50 a head to see them than to worry about charging for their podcast. I think it's a promotion vehicle for them. I don't know. I've never been able to understand it. And, we kid about it, but of course I've been talked to about podcasts and everything else. And I always bring up money, and the discussion is over. After I start saying, well, okay, I'll do it. It's how much? And they go, well, you can't do it that way. You got to go free and all that. Free what? Free what? I don't even.
You don't even know what that word means?
Don't even know what free means. I don't even. You know what free means? Free means you're out of work. Free means you're done.
But not
free
necessarily, because nowadays the amount of followers that you have and the amount of clicks that you have are just as important. If you bring those numbers to somebody else and say, I've got this amount of followers, I've got this going on, then you're looked at in a higher regard. It's weird how I know that money is important, but it's weird how the amount of clicks and the amount of followers that you have, that's more of how they measure, how popular you are, who you are, if there's a demand for you at all. And that's how and that's kind of just as good as money, because everybody looks at exposure now as something.
But it hasn't helped. It hasn't helped Jennifer Lopez, has it?
What do you mean it hasn't helped Jennifer? She doesn't need the help.
She spent a ton of money on that CD, a ton, like a couple of $1 million.
Has a ton of money. And
but you know what? It was a huge disappointment to her and the record company. They couldn't believe it.
But that doesn't mean that she's not going to be a judge on American Idol this season.
Yeah, but they don't even, that doesn't pay very much money. It does to Howard and a lot of people, but that's promotion also.
Can I ask you, are you delusional?
They get money, but it helps her sell her shitty clothes in, at, Pico de Gallo, whatever store she sells her clothes at.
She sells them at Macy's. She's worth so much money. She's an empire. It doesn't matter if she has a failing
album. So how come no one wanted to hear her sing?
Because who knows? Because maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like J-Lo overload. I mean, she's coming out with a movie right now.
$17.5 million for American Idol. That's chump change to you?
No, it seems like it should be enough for her.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
$17.5 million.
No, I just think that Jennifer Lopez
and it's just
is an actress. She is an actress. And I think she's a singer. And I think when she had 30 million Twitter followers, and there was a huge article in a record company magazine that said it just goes to show that because you have all these followers, they cannot figure out a way to turn it into people buying your CD. And that's where I got it from. And I thought, wow, that's what she really wants to be. She wants to be a singer. She spent a year on the thing, trying to get it done. You know, it's you know.
I think she's so successful in so many different outlets that, you know, it's not, you know, it's just another thing.
Yeah, I think she'd rather be a big singer.
And she is, and she's got a huge following in other countries. I mean, she's covered all different aspects.
No, I didn't say she wasn't famous. I just said, doesn't it seem like 500,000 people would have bought her CD?
Basically, what you're saying is no matter
a number.
how many Twitter followers you have, it doesn't really matter based on like people saying
just
if you
profits
have
of
like
because Twitter followers are cheap shits. That's why
it doesn't matter.
Because people that see something for free. If we pulled the truck up in Manhattan, Sirius XM truck. I used to do this when I was at radio stations. You open the back of the truck, and you have T-shirts, and people may not even know what it is, what the station is, what you're doing, or who you are.
Running. If it's free, it's for me.
I was once strangled at a T-shirt giveaway. I had a tie on, and I opened the back of this radio van, and I started giving out. We gave out all the crummy CDs that nobody wanted when they were mailed.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, they strangled me. They grabbed my tie.
You have to see the reaction people have when the Peak Mobile pulls up, or the Charmin truck when they give out free toilet paper in Times Square. It's like
it's amazing. Those are Twitter people right there. Those are Twitter people that take free toilet tissue.
I take some.
It's amazing to me.
Charmin.
It's fun. I would take toilet tissue too, but I wouldn't want to carry it down the street.
I don't want to be seen with it under my arm.
I wouldn't want to be seen with it. And if you put it into your briefcase or something, it gives your briefcase a little pokey. What's that in your briefcase? What the? Oh my God! This is toilet tissue.
How did that get in there?
I have the runs. No, I'd say I have the runs. I may have to shit in a planter.
I've got Chris in New York on the line for you.
Yes, Chris, it's Jay Thomas. How are you?
Hi,
I forgot about the phones. Yes, Chris, go ahead.
Hi, how are you? Listen, I've heard that what the celebrities do is they hire companies that manage, their social networking, and basically what happens is they buy Twitter followers.
Oh, that also, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so, how many of these are real?
Some of them may not even really care about her, but they're just on a list.
Exactly.
It's a good point.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well, so what's the value in that?
It's just a number to
that
have.
It makes them appear more relevant, just like we're saying. Well,
but if you know, wait a second, what do you do for a living, Chris? What do you do?
Well, I work with animals, but I'm not working right now because my kids are little.
So you work with animals. You're not even working right now, and so we would say that on the list of industry people, you're pretty low on the list. You know that her numbers are fake.
Right.
Why wouldn't everybody in show business say she just bought those numbers?
I don't know. I don't know why it happens.
It's like
it happens.
We wanted
the record company said she has 30 million Twitter followers. If we just get 10% of them, that's what they said, we're going to get 3.5 million sales, at least 99 cents a piece, they'll buy 5 of them, and we'll make $15 million. That's exactly what they said. The deal was signed. They paid her a ton of money to make we call it an album, but it's a CD. They paid her a ton of money, and she sold nothing. Literally, it was embarrassing.
Right. Well, maybe this will let them realize.
You work with dogs and don't have a job, and you know more than the people that run the record company that J-Lo is on. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I don't really care about J-Lo.
What do you do with dogs, by the way? You ever stood on a dog's back to wash dishes like?
Well, when I was working full time, I worked at University of Pennsylvania at the veterinary hospital, teaching hospital. And I worked in the ICU with animals.
Did you test them? Did you spray things on them to see if it burned their eyes?
No, these were sick animals. Like if your cat came in with kidney failure, or your dog got hit by a car and they needed serious emergency. Medical treatment. That's what we did.
You were like a veterinarian.
I was a more like a veterinary nurse. Veterinarians are doctors. We're not doctors.
Mm-hmm. So how'd you lose that job? Would you have an affair with one of the dogs? You got pregnant. You see that? Medina. She was working with dogs, and
I'm
she's
vet,
pregnant.
so I don't have to work.
So what are you trying to say? I should work with dogs when I get pregnant?
No, well, yeah, I guess. Married a guy, has a kid on the way, but that's it. No more job. No more working.
Right.
Taking care of the kid. Is that your first child?
No, I have 3. My oldest is 14 now, but she's a gymnast, and I spend
Wait a second.
most of my time
You've already
driving
got 3 of them, and you're having a newborn?
No.
Jesus. What does it mean?
No. I told you when I stopped working was when I had my first child.
14 years ago?
Yeah.
I thought you just quit like 2 weeks ago or something.
No.
Jesus Christ. Well, all right. All right. All right, Chris, thank you. So a woman that hasn't worked in 14 years knows more than the record industry. I don't know. The voice box is always open. Just change the subject, Jay. At 347-6 Sirius. And we did it yesterday. And what was his name again? Moonshine Mike? That was his name, Christina? I think it ought to be a feature of the Jay Thomas Show when we have this Moonshine Mike. Moonshine Man. And do you have him ready to go, or should we go run a couple of commercials and then come back with Moonshine Man?
Let's go to a break and then come back with Moonshine.
We'll go to a break. It's there where you are. If you missed it yesterday, he talked about his huge wife's vaginal prowess. Mm-hmm. And his feelings about marriage. Am I missing anything? What else?
The big black dick.
Oh, he wants to see a huge black penis inside of his wife, who has huge tits. So coming up,
he's
Moonshine.
Also happy you're not dead.
And he's happy I'm not dead. We don't have a song or anything. Maybe we'll find a Moonshine song coming up on the Jay Thomas Show.
The Jay Thomas Show.
They have spent untold amounts of money to bring the top-notch entertainment to Sirius XM.
Jay Thomas.
Afternoon. Sirius XM Media.
Our voice box is usually for many of you out there who don't call in during the day, or you're listening on an app or on demand or whatever, and it's 347-6 Sirius. And then we, maybe I haven't been, I don't know, promoting it enough or whatever, and it got kind of low on people, on callers, and very embarrassing to me because I have a new CD coming out. A lot of you buying it.
40.5 million Twitter followers.
Yeah, I got the Twitter followers going, and so this one guy left about 50 messages for us, and he calls himself Moonshine Mike. Let's listen to it.
Moonshine Man.
Moonshine Man. I like Mike for some reason. Go ahead.
Jay, Moonshine Man from Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, man. I just have a serious question. I can never call when your show is on because I'm always got you guys delayed because I have to work. But here's my question, brother. How can a guy who doesn't believe in God and doesn't believe in Jesus and all that kind of stuff, how can I be considered evil? I believe in the truth and realistic. When I was a kid, I believed in the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus and the Boogeyman and all that stuff,
Right. I got you.
But how can you consider yourself an adult and lie to your children, believe in something that is a book that is interpreted by people who go to college to learn about the book? And then at the same time, you got scientists, astrophysicists, all them kind of people. They go to college, they learn from books, and not believe the stuff that they say. I don't get it. It's who cares?
Does anybody know?
All these people are worshiping somebody that came from the fucking land.
He's saying
that we all hate against now. Motherfuckers come from Bethlehem, Pakistan, all them places over there, and these fucking Christians worship this motherfucker, give them 10% of their fucking pay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it, dude. And then at the same time, they want to hate. They want to hate on these motherfuckers that come from over there.
Yes.
They want to hate on everybody.
Okay.
I've never met people that are more prejudiced than Christians and Catholics and Presbyterians and fucking Mormons. They're so goddamn prejudiced. It's ridiculous. That's why I'm so proud to be an atheist.
How long does this go on, Christina? Because I'm
3 minutes, and then in 5 minutes he calls back again. Oh, it's over now. And then in 5 minutes he calls back again with another lengthy.
Right. All right. Well, that's been it for today. That's all I can take.
You're over it now?
Yeah, Moonshine Man. That sounds like something I've said on the radio, doesn't it? Where why would we worship a group of individuals in an area that, is so ridiculous, and we think the people are so stupid? Why would we think that 2,000 or 3,000 years ago they were brighter and had the ability to know some spiritual being was special? Right. They're total superstitious hash heads.
Right. I think that, any kind of illustrations that we saw or stories, they're still told by people with an imagination. Like, you see a lot of these stories being told with women and their breasts just flying everywhere. Nobody's wearing a shirt. That's an imagination. Yeah. Nobody was, women were, that couldn't be true. They were wearing this beautiful gown, but only their breasts are out. It's all, fabrications and what they wanted to see. It's like making a movie, but instead they didn't have the way to do that.
We ought to do a thing with you called Moonshine Christina, because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Rattling on. You were rattling on, too. No, yeah. They're idiots now. They were idiots then. They were bigger idiots. Complete idiots. There you are sitting in the desert. You're squatting in the desert with your Bedouin friends. And you move, when the wind blows, because you have to move because your tent blows away.
Right.
People go, why do you think the Bedouins move so much? I don't think they move for any reason other than a big wind came up and their tent blew away. You know how you have to chase your scarf sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine a tent being blown a mile away in a big storm. You'd chase your tent down. And it was all sand, so they would put their tent up where it was. And then they'd live there for maybe even a year. Then a big storm comes, big sandstorm. They wake up, the tent's gone, they're under their burqa, and now they search for their tent. It's 5 miles away. And the history of these people is that they were nomads. No, they weren't. They were hunting for their tents. Their tents blew away. Those storms have 60, 70 mile-an-hour winds. Or they were hunting for relatives that had blown away in the sand. What in the hell did they eat, by the way? They lived in the desert. Every now and again, you'd see like an oasis, and it had like 4 palm trees at it, right? Let's say it's a date palm or a coconut palm.
Right.
You had thousands of people in your tribe. What did they eat?
Scorpions.
They didn't have any grass to feed their goats or anything. I'd rather see that one. Because they don't all live in Bethlehem or they don't live in a town. They're all out there in the desert. I wonder if the Bedouins would raid the garbage cans of the cities. They'd go in, they'd get some of the pita bread and some of the empty wine bottles from the Last Supper and drain them. I wonder how much wine they consumed at the Last Supper. I don't know. Drink this, for it is my blood. Eat this, for it is my body. Sit down, you drunk. You're drunk, I tell you. It's your body, it's your blood. Sit down, shut up. And then Mary Magdalene's there, singing and pulling her dress up and doing a can like in the, cowboy movies. I would worship that group in 1 second. Well, our Savior smoked dope, drank wine, and danced and laughed with his wife, Mary Magdalene, who was really wild, but they were partners, and he had a great time, and he was the Son of God and all this stuff, but he was a really great guy, and told great jokes. And when he was being put to death by his own father, he was really pissed off. He was really upset. And it was sad because all of us that were with him, this is the Bible I would believe in, all of us that were with him went, well, why would your dad do this? And he looked us in the eye and he said, for some reason your parents don't like the silly kid. And I was the silly kid. And my brother, John, because they say there he had a brother, my brother John was the real serious one and everything else. And he just looks at me as dispensable. So he's going to let me die for your sins. And I'm really pissed. I'm really pissed. And I got to keep saying this crazy stuff when people ask me a question. Like, are you the Son of God? I am what I am. It's like God watched Popeye cartoons.
I was going to say, who are you, Popeye?
Yeah, Popeye. That's what he said. Are you the Son of God? I am who I am. That's what he said. That was his answer.
So
that would have pissed me off, too. I would have been mad. I'd have, what are you, you're disrespecting the court here? Who are you? What's your deal?
I was just doing some, quick Googling, and it says here, God told Moses that he would give the children of Israel a heavenly food that would rain down from the skies. The children of Israel would gather every morning in an amount sufficient for a full day's needs, and only on Friday they were to gather a 2 days supply. So apparently later on in the evening, birds came and covered the camp so that everyone had more meat than he could.
No, that's in the Bible.
Okay.
I'm talking about in real life.
Oh, okay.
The Bedouins moved all over the place, and they lived in the desert. They still have them, I mean, when you ever see the movie Lawrence of Arabia?
My point is, I think they ate bird. No, I didn't see it.
You've never seen the movie.
It's been on, and I just haven't watched it.
You've never sat down and watched Lawrence. That's hard for me to believe. One of the greatest movies ever made, holds up to this day, exciting, everything. Medina, you're from that area. Have you ever watched Lawrence of Arabia?
I have.
Yeah. You like it?
Oh, yeah, it's a classic movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you sound real enthusiastic about him.
Okay. They were in the desert. Did you see a field or where they could have made bread or meat or what? I didn't see anything in that movie.
Well, no, because what ends up happening is there's like tiny villages that end up coming up in the middle of nowhere. Well,
those people only had enough food for themselves in those villages, not for an army of 5,000 men. Even if they pillaged the place, they didn't have enough food for that. Where did they get all that food from? They had thousands of soldiers. Weird.
Maybe
now the Turks.
New Orleans has an idea of where.
The Turks came from Turkey, and so they had trains and everything else.
Turkey.
Turn your radio down, please, Ed. Yes, Ed, what is it?
I think the reason that most of those nomadic tribes were moving is because they ran out of food to eat and places to shit.
Get rid of him, please. He's another idiot, Christina, that if I had my computer here, I would know not to pick the phone up. It's amazing to me. Guy calls every day. Ed in New Orleans. Complete zero. Well, I think it's because their tents blew away. I think that's a funnier bit.
Wait, you're saying that their tents blew away and that's why they kept moving?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I also like Ed in New Orleans' idea of they ran out of places to shit.
I've been saying it for 10 minutes.
I'm sorry. I was answering phone calls.
Christina, when you live in the desert, you don't need a new place to shit.
You just keep burying it in the sand.
You shit and keep burying it.
It's like a giant cat box.
Yeah,
litter box.
And it dries it out. In New Jersey, a man is arrested for stealing $1,000 worth of breast pumps from a Burlington coat factory. Joseph Gallucci, shoplifting. Wednesday, surveillance video captured him. He's the most outrageous thief we've ever seen in Brick Township. Well, and he has a huge mole on his left nostril. Look, you see his picture? It's this disgusting, it looks like an outside tumor. Oh, God. Man, oh, man, I'd have that removed immediately. So you got this big mole. The numerous citizens are being thanked by the Brick Township. That's the name of the town? Brick Township?
It's by the shore.
Yeah. Thanking the numerous citizens that assisted in the case, and they highlighted the importance of the police-citizen relationship. I'm sorry. You know, that's all that police shit.
Is he selling the breast pumps like out of the trunk of his car? What was the intent?
To who?
I don't know.
To who was it?
Women in need? What was
$1,000 worth? Well, wait a minute now.
They're expensive.
Are they $300 a piece? Because then it would be three of them. Maybe they're expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they've got to
okay.
be. Breast pumps?
Oh, okay.
Like,
maybe, maybe he's got a pregnant wife and girlfriends and he wanted to do something special. Speaking of New Jersey, many people in New Jersey and in Philadelphia and in New York say they would no more vote for Chris Christie for president, and this may cause him no longer to be the governor of New Jersey. He is at every Dallas Cowboys game.
Yeah, there was an awkward hug in the press box.
He is the Cowboys. If you're a Giant fan, if you are a Philadelphia Eagles fan, if you're a Redskins fan, you absolutely hate the Dallas Cowboys. You don't dislike them. They're your arch enemies. And I hate to bet on Dallas, even if I know they're going to win, because Jerry Jones, to me, is absolutely an egomaniacal despot. He's a complete and utter madman. And his stadium is total bullshit in the worst neighborhood you can imagine, with this giant TV screen that ruins your enjoyment of a live football contest. And everything in there, from a bottle of water to a drink, is $20, no matter what it is. People hate Jerry Jones, his facelift, his young wife, he and his son jumping up and down, and then they hug.
His young wife.
Yeah, and then he hugs Pizza Stomach from New Jersey.
Pizza Stomach?
Grabs big, because Christina's pizza ass. That's why. That name's taken. We got a pizza ass already. So Pizza Stomach is there. Tub of guts. Chris Christie looks like he swallowed a basket of elbows. Everything just sticking out of his stomach. Unbelievable. He's absolutely hated. Is your boyfriend a Philadelphia Eagles fan?
No,
Christina?
he's a Giant fan. Giant.
Okay. When you get home tonight, ask him what he thinks if he lived in New Jersey. Forget it. If he would ever vote for Chris Christie, call him. I'll talk to him.
Okay.
I bet you he'd never do it because of his affiliation with the hated Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Okay? I absolutely
I thought they
agree.
weren't going to vote for him because of that whole George Washington Bridge debacle.
No, who gives a shit
what
about
do you mean?
that? That's funny.
People sitting in traffic give a shit.
Part of our mojo. That's what Jerry Jones says. He's part of our mojo. Our mojo. What is that? Some sort of...
The Jay Thomas Show.
We're so lonely and bored here.
The Jay Thomas Show. Afternoons.
Sirius XM. Indy.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. It's like there's these things, big fat people's. It looks like they swallowed somebody, and the person had their arms folded and their elbows are sticking out of their stomach. I don't know what it is. It's like big pokes. We have this coach in New Orleans, Rob Ryan, and his brother Rex used to be fat like this too, but Rob is still fat, and you see him around town. It's a small town, and he eats at a place. It's May's Scotch House, I believe he likes to go to, a place called May's Scotch House. So we go in there, and he's in the back, and everybody's all excited. He's the coach, one of the coaches. And he's got that elbow sticking out of his stomach. Big elbow things. You can see them. Or they look like maybe he swallowed a cow, and it's the hooves. A whole cow. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, attention, Moonshine Man, don't steal my bit, okay? That's my religious bit, okay? This comes from John. Jay, you live a lot of the time in Santa Barbara. I've never heard you talk about the Bellos Guardo mansion. It is a mansion that's owned by this heiress who passed away, and I forget her name. I don't know why I would even talk about it. And when she was, this is so weird. This is such a weird thing. She was really wealthy. Maybe she was married once or almost married, and her dad left her so rich 60 years ago that she had this mansion in Santa Barbara on 40 or 50 acres of land overlooking the ocean. And she had it kept as if she was living there every single day. The grass was cut, the furniture polished, the plates ready to go, full servants 24 hours a day, ready to go. She kept an apartment in New York the same way. I think she had something in France, and she had a big ranch or whatever. And everything was kept perfect every day as if she was going to be there. She had no children. I think she had maybe nieces or nephews or whatever. Her name was Marguerite or something. Christina, it's BELOSGUARDO Mansion. Bello Guardo Mansion. Bellos Guardo Mansion. I don't, that's it. It seems like Italian. Bello would mean like war, and then Guardo would mean, Gordo means fat. Someone tell me how you say elbow in Spanish. Anyway, it's like mansion or guard, war guard or something like that. And I've seen it before because we fish right off the edge of it. It's right there, on the water. And I've often thought, and then when she was about 45 years old or something, and they kept saying, oh, she checked into a hospital, and or 65, maybe, she checked into the hospital and never left, and lived in the hospital the rest of her life.
Bellos Guardo means beautiful lookout.
Oh, okay. That's oops, sorry. Beautiful lookout.
More than 23 acres. And it affords total privacy.
And what's the woman's name? Marguerite? What's the rich lady? She passed away in New York. So they kept saying, no one knows why she disappeared. But she was so rich. We're talking millions of dollars to keep the properties up. Plus the taxes. Millions and millions and millions of dollars to keep up huge places that she never went to. Homes, on the ocean and castles and all this other stuff. Never went to them. And then I read that she had either a disease or something, and her face was messed up really badly. But they didn't use this as an excuse. And she'd gone to the hospital for whatever had happened to her face. And I immediately said, well, she didn't want to be seen again in public because her face was destroyed by some disease or fungus or some nonsense. And she left a bunch of money to a woman that took care of her. And then, of course, all of the scumbag relatives who said, oh, we were all friends with her, they sued. I don't know what became of that lawsuit. Then there were lawyers and everything. And so they kept this place, pristine. There'd be no reason for me to talk about it. She was just rich. And this is what I've always thought. If I had worked at that mansion, here's the group at the mansion. I'm the mansion manager. Christina is my assistant. And Medina works there and oversees the help. She oversees the people that clean it and take care of it. Okay? It's the three of us. And after a few years, I think, ladies, we would kind of realize that Mrs. whatever her name is, or Ms. whatever her name is, ain't coming back and is never going to visit. Right? Right or wrong?
Right.
Not coming back.
Nope, never.
How many fucking parties would we have had at that house?
1 million. Oh, God, it would be amazing.
And here's the other thing. Would you ever have an apartment? Why? You had the keys to the front gate. You had 24-hour access to the house. You would live there in one of the bedrooms. You would eat in the kitchen. You'd spend your own money, whatever she sent you. You'd eat in the kitchen. You'd have your car. You'd drive on and off every day, or you'd stay there or whatever. Why would you have an apartment? Why would you spend a penny? And apparently none of those people did that. They left every night. The security guard came and he looked it over. And then dawn came, 8 o'clock. The servants came back. The house manager, they all came back. This went on for 25 years. Is it 70 years she did this?
No.
Crazy. Completely nuts. You know, if there was a God, why would he give people like that money? Why would he do that? Why would he give Jerry Jones money?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there isn't a God because I don't have any.
I am too. Yeah. There's so many nice people that deserve good fortune.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives it to not nice people.
Right.
I mean, Charlie Sheen could literally, pull his pants down and crap on the president of a network's desk. And they give him a show the next day.
Yep.
The name of the show is Charlie Sheen Shits on My Desk. He can have hookers. He can say that does drugs. His father can say he's a lost cause. His poor brother, can't get a job in the film business, so he's making wine up in, Malibu or something. And Charlie has signed a ridiculous deal on the cable for that anger management show, which, who knows if they make any money or not. It's like Donald Trump. Where's the God in all of this? I don't quite get it.
I don't know.
I don't either. I don't get it. So I want to believe. It would be wonderful to believe in something. But your reward is in the afterlife.
Ugh.
What? I would rather be really wealthy and comfortable on earth, and then here after I died, someone was going to beat the shit out of me. Like, whoa, man, I'm really rich, and I'm living in a big mansion and everything else. Oh, yeah? Well, when you die, you're going to be poor and be beaten. Okay. Okay, fine. I'll wait. Whatever. But instead, you're poor and you're beaten down mentally, physically, every other way. You work your ass off. You get nowhere. But don't worry. Your reward is waiting for you in heaven. Really.
You know what you do then?
Really?
You counteract that and punch whoever's saying that in the face.
If you can get to them, they're a ghost. Your reward is in heaven. Yeah. Who said that? Who said that? Give me my PMK machine and my steroids and let me go to my Travel Channel show. Your reward is in heaven. Who was that? Look, is that a ghost or a piece of lint? What are those things in your eyes when you have little dots in your eyes? What do they call those? I took my kid yesterday to the eye doctor. No, he's got some sort of spots he's seeing. I don't know what they call them. Hangers or something.
Floaters. Floaters.
He's got floaters. We rushed to the hospital, not the hospital, the doctor. You do what you know what they are? They're the cells in the back of your eye coming off of your eye is deteriorating. But it's okay because you'll die before it completely does it.
I was told that it's from looking at the sun. Like, I have them, like, when I blink, I see these little, like, black dots all over the place. Not a lot, but they look like little worms.
You don't look at the sun. I mean, you'd have to look at the sun. You'd have to be tortured, and your head would have to be forced up at the sun. You know. Oh, this is sad news. Farrah Abraham, who is that horrifying
backdoor teen whore.
Yeah, backdoor teen whore. They put some kind of horrifying shit in her lips. Mm-hmm. And is she sick or waiting for them to go down?
She's botched, and I guess she's at the ER waiting for them to go down. She had some lip injections, and it went south.
Hashtag botched California. Hashtag ER. Hashtag fix it. Oh, my God.
She also put highlights in her 5-year-old daughter's hair. That was the news yesterday.
Man, oh, man.
Mm-hmm. Same girl that she had, she waxed her eyebrows at 3.
Now, the other thing is when they look in the mirror.
When she gets older. What?
Why don't they see how ugly, like Bruce Jenner, when he looks in the mirror, even though he's becoming a woman, he's an ugly woman, or he looks like he's trying to become a woman. I don't have any proof that he is, but I wonder why he doesn't look in the mirror and go, man, I look bad, you know? How come they can't see it?
I think he has seen it a couple of times. He has to. You can't. I mean, I know that there's a thing called body dysmorphia, and you look at yourself and you don't see what other people see. Mm-hmm. That exists, right? It's psychological, I guess. But it's got...
Right.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. How Bruce Jenner can look in the mirror and say, I need to get another surgery.
Yeah, I mean, unless he is planning on doing something. But then there is a group of individuals like the sissy cowboy. We had him on.
Right.
He just likes to wear women's clothes.
Yeah, that's a completely different other animal.
Yeah, he's not gay, and he just likes to wear women's clothes. Mm-hmm. So he's, it is. But when I see these women with the big lips and all of that, it'll go down. It diminishes.
Right.
Go
something happened where her body rejected it because it shouldn't blow up like that for Botox or whatever fillers she's had. Yeah. You want to take some calls?
Well, I'm glad. Yeah, sure. Oh, go ahead.
We've got Nick in New York.
Yeah, you go.
Oh, wait,
yes, Nick, it's Jake.
I'm sorry. There's parentheses around that. He's called yesterday. Would you like to still speak with him?
No.
Okay. Charles in West Virginia?
No.
You don't want
Charles?
Another
one. No, he's another one.
Okay.
I can't believe what an idiot you are.
Lisa in West Virginia?
Yeah, I'll take Lisa. That's Charles in drag. Yes, Lisa, go ahead.
Thank you so much for taking my call.
This is definitely Charles. Yes, Lisa, go ahead.
It's not, I promise. First of all, I want to tell you, you're the only reason I don't cancel my Sirius subscription. I love you. But
you know the reason why I don't cancel mine? I listen to all of the music channels, so I have no idea. People go, it's like, I love all the music channels. I mean, I don't listen to the other talk shows because we all say the same thing. And so it's like, really? Yes, that's right. But anyway, we all have the same material. Really? Well, yeah, that's right. Why? Well, that's the only shit that's in the paper and on TV and on the internet. Oh, I gotcha. So, but the music's fantastic. And the guys that program it, I mean it. It's interesting, all these channels.
Well,
so you just for the talk? What are the talk?
No,
and the Catholic channel. I love the Catholic channel. I love all that. I loved Walk on Water Wednesdays. That was my favorite in the afternoon. Walk on Water Wednesdays. I love that one. The other naughty channels have Show Us Your Tits Wednesdays. They had those guys that did that. We got Walk on Water Wednesdays over the Catholic channel. Yeah. You take a picture of yourself walking on water. Oh, you do. You take a picture and you send it in, and the priest goes, wow. Walk on water. Okay. Yes, wow. Lisa. We don't need to hear what you think of the network. Go ahead. What can we do for you?
Well, I just wanted to tell you, I'm a huge lifetime Cowboy fan, and I agree with everything about Jerry Jones, but what can we do? He's never going to sell. That company is going to stay in that family forever. I just hope his son is, better than he is.
as far as not.
No, the name. You know what? To be honest, the guy that ran the Raiders was really a great owner for a long time, and then he ruined, the Raiders. And now Jerry Jones, his son, may or may not be good. I don't know, but a friend of mine said, "Why don't you like him? He's done so much for the NFL." I've been to that stadium and I look at him, and it's like the owner of the Saints. You will see him. They'll show him for a minute if we win or lose or something, right? They're not showing him the whole game. And then the same thing with I can't remember having shot after shot after shot of owners in their boxes and then the governor of New Jersey, I guess he went to slap 5 or something and, was left hanging, and no one turned to him. And they're going, if he has presidential aspirations, why wouldn't Jerry Jones have turned to him first to slap 5? I swear to God. But because Jerry didn't notice him, I mean it. It is just crazy. So now, he's destroying, that guy's not going to be president. But it's weird. It's like, they watch him all the time. So, they won't be watching his son like this.
No, you're probably, and I don't know, he's just got this you're right, when you called him egotistical, he's just got this narcissistic personality, and I don't know, I just want his tenure to be over and someone else to take it.
You want him to die. No, you want him to die. Thank you, Charles. Thank you very much. That's Charles of West Virginia in drag, calling to say, and not our opinion, he wants Jerry Jones to die, even though she is a big, huge Cowboys fan. Who else is waiting to talk to us, please? Big Tex. Yes, go ahead, Big Tex.
Happy New Year, buddy. Enjoy seeing you back on David Letterman.
I love Big Tex. Big Tex. What I love about you is you call up, and I envision, oh, hey, how you doing? Instead, I get,
hey, how you doing? Hi, how are you? Yeah, hi, what's going on? It's me, Big Tex. Yeah, how's it going? Super duper. Listen, I'm in Houston. Big Tex is my name. Yeah.
I mean, give me a break,
I love you, dude.
Your name shouldn't be Big Tex because you don't have the voice that goes, with it.
I don't have that voice, but I have.
Let's bring in the 6'9", 312-pound defensive tackle from the Chicago Bears. Let's bring in Moose.
Hey, how are you? What's going on? It's me, Moose. What's happening? Yeah,
hey, listen.
Moose.
He's got a big personality, though.
Listen,
really? Do you have any idea how I make that voice, Christina?
How do you
Watch
fall down?
Do you have any idea how I make that voice, Christina?
You put your shoulders up and your head down?
No, I use a piece of equipment. Let's go around the horn. And it's a piece of equipment that you use every single day. Every day. You use this in your personal life, man or woman. You use it in your personal life. Let's go to Big Tex. Big Tex, what is it that I'm using to make my voice sound like this?
Your damn hand.
My damn hand. I can't even do it.
My damn hand. Christina, what is it I'm using?
I'm going to say a toilet paper roll.
You think I'm talking into a toilet paper roll? What do you think it is, Medina?
A scarf?
No, it's a toilet paper roll.
Really?
Wow.
Why?
You know what? You've been working here too long, and get rid of Big Tex. He's a complete idiot.
No, we're talking about Chris.
Get rid of him.
No, stop it. Stop.
Get rid of him. Christina, get rid of him. Get rid of him. There is
no discussion.
I really believe that he had something
There is no discussion of get rid of them. Is there, Big J?
No, there isn't.
I truly believe that he had something to add to the conversation.
I don't.
He truly believe that.
He didn't.
He didn't. As your
Trust me, he didn't have anything to say.
Air quotes.
I sound like the dad I sound like the dad on Back to the Future.
Yes,
What do you think I should do? Oh, I don't know what I should do. Oh, no, I can't talk to her. I can't.
But you have to, Dad. I mean, he didn't know. Remember, he called him Dad a couple of times.
Oh, no, I can't do that.
That's a weird guy, too, that actor.
I like him.
I do, too, and you wonder, how does he make money?
Well, I've saved my money, and I live in a very small home.
All right. What's his name? What's that guy's
Why
name?
do you have a toilet paper roll just laying around?
Wiping my face with it. Now, here's what's weird. That's an empty one. Let's see what happens when I talk into a full one like this. It has a different sound to it. Now, watch this. That's me when I put it right over my mouth. The other way.
Jeffrey Weissman plays George.
No, it isn't Jeffrey Weissman. No. It's his name is Christian. It's like Christian somebody, and he's really kooky. He's played killers and all kinds of Christian. Crispin Glover. Crispin.
That's right. I'm Crispin Glover. That's amazing. How did you know that?
I just brought it up somewhere.
Why don't you ever just use? Why don't you just ever? I don't understand. Excuse me if I think I'm rude. You think I'm rude. Why won't you use Google? If you don't mind me asking.
Crispin, I'd rather just bring it up from brain cells. I think it keeps me more mentally aware, and I think people like to hear me stammer and make mistakes.
Oh, that is a great idea.
I'm going to go on stage again as Crispin Glover, but I'm going to have a toilet paper roll that I'm going to talk into. And wait a minute. I'm going to go on the internet and have a podcast.
Good idea.
Mm-hmm. As Crispin Glover, toilet paper roll man.
Well, hello, welcome to the show. How are you?
And I'm going to do lines from Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
A man has been arrested in North Carolina for drunk driving and for stealing a car. He is from Nevada City. Let's go around the horn again. This is our holiday around the horn. Christina, you got it too fast up there. We're going. Time to go around the horn again. He was in the 13,000 block of China Close Road in Cascade Shores about 4 a.m. on Saturday. There was an argument in the street and a drunken man in a vehicle. There was a white Honda parked in the middle of the road, and suddenly the drunken man drove off, and the police had to chase him down. The man's name is the name of a famous American drunk. Medina, who is it?
Famous American.
If you had this name, you wouldn't even drink.
But I don't know. Budweiser.
His name is. We already had that guy. That was last week. Budweiser. You remember that one?
Mm-hmm. That's what I said.
You really are. Both of you are dumb as sticks.
I could Google it if you like. I was just coming off and saying
Budweiser. Think of something else.
Miller
You're
Lite.
warm. What? His name is Miller Lite. There you go. Christina.
That was a really stupid answer.
Shut up, Christina, go ahead.
Jim Beam.
You know what? I really, if I was there with you now, I would be on top of you.
Ooh, what?
Yes, and putting a mark on your neck.
I'm correct.
Samuel Adams is his name.
Huh. I thought I won, but I guess
that's what I thought too. I'm like, I actually looked at Christina. I'm like, are you Googling?
No, not Jim Beam. No. Samuel Adams. A Wisconsin man has been stopped for drunk driving 9 previous times. Now, you know what? This is Wisconsin. That's a guy waiting to kill somebody, right?
Yeah, definitely. Death wish for him and someone else.
And they're doing it like it's a joke here. He'd been pulled over, and he's John Prisbila. He's 75 years old. They smelled alcohol on his breath. Boy, this is, I mean, I'm joking about this, but why would they let this guy get pulled over 9 times? And his excuse, Christina, let's go around the horn again, is something you would never order at a fast food restaurant. You would never order this.
His excuse?
What's that?
You say his excuse?
His excuse why he was drunk. It has nothing to do with drinking. He would never order this food. This food made him drunk. What is it? What's the food?
I'm going to say rum cake.
Rum cake.
Yeah.
He ate rum cake. You know what? You're so good at this. And now poor Medina is like, you know.
Well, no, before you asked Christina, I was going to say like rum raisin bread because there's like rum raisin.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, that's taken now. That's taken. It's over. Okay.
Tequila bread.
Oh, boy.
No. You know what?
Oh, boy. I can't even give you that one.
I know.
The benefit of the doubt is gone. Hey, I'm just bread.
He had been eating beer-battered fish. That's what he had been eating.
I would
you see, I knew that. You would never have a beer-battered fish. Something you would never order.
There's something drunken... What's that?
That'd be a good one, too.
I couldn't think of it fast enough.
Drunken shrimp.
Is it shrimp? I was going to say drunken tuna, but I wasn't sure.
You can say drunken tuna.
Oh, okay.
That would be good. That's just actually a woman from Cincinnati who's had too much to drink. What's that smell? That's drunken tuna.
It's a great band name if it's not taken already.
Oh, my goodness, that's so vile.
All right. Thank you, Christina.
That really is like
I know, it's amazing. And when I put the toilet tissue roll over my mouth, for some reason, I've never said vile before. I've never even thought of it. Now that I'm Crispin Glover with toilet tissue paper over my mouth.
Oh my God, it's amazing. So good.
Jay, I've got Brian in Iowa on the phone for you.
Oh my goodness. Thank God someone fresh. Yes, Brian, go ahead.
Hello, Jay. How you doing today?
I'm great, man. Thanks a lot.
Hey, it's minus 6 degrees here in Iowa. I thought maybe you'd like to know that wonderful fact.
Here's what's so sick. I mean, it's been kind of chilly here. I just checked the weather here. We're going to get 75 to 80. In fact, it's after 2 o'clock here. So we've had 75 to 80 degrees here. Yeah, I'm going to go play golf after this is over. That's so strange?
It's supposed to get down to minus 18 tonight, but the reason I called was...
Wait a second. Why do you live there? I mean, you sound like an intelligent person. You're not a kid. I mean, how long can you live like this? This is bad for you. This kind of cold is bad. Why do you live there?
I drive truck for a living, so I'm gone all the time, and I'm only back here once in a while.
And the wife and kids you leave in 6 below zero.
Hey, they got a nice warm house to live in.
I was going to ask, have you ever come home and your wife was frozen to her vibrator? Have you ever come in and the battery, she'd been vibrating, the heater broke, your kids are gone, there's no one there, no one to hug her, to keep her warm, no one to find her body, and the batteries go dead because she's been in there for a few days, and it's just this huge thing, just frozen, just stuck to her clit.
Yeah, no, not that lucky, Jay, not that lucky.
Oh my heavens. So I can't even, you're so far out, man. You're far out.
You keep talking with that toilet paper roll, you keep losing weight, you could be Mr. Burns off of the Simpsons show.
You know what? I do.
Really, Simpson? Really?
It's a whole different voice. No, it's easy. If I just talk normally.
If I just talk like this, I'm Crispin Glover. It's because my lips are pursed. And he has pursed lips, I guess, and it makes me have sibilance. That Crispin Glover? Why would you name your child Crispin if he has a lisp? Crispin? Why don't you name him Simon Stevenson?
All right, thank you so much. Whatever your name is, smile. How about this when I talk into my water? When I talk into my water, I can't talk into my water bottle. Oh, here's my other one. When I talk into my tin can. No, nothing.
Do you eat something that has something in it by any chance?
No. I will later.
Oh boy. I've got Carl in Wisconsin on the line for you, Jay.
Hello, Carl. It's Jay Thomas. How are you?
Hey, Jay. Love your show. Long-time listener.
Thank you very much, Carl. Try not to sound so tired.
This Sunday's game, I think that fat ass and dickhead Jones should stand on the sidelines by their coach. Supposed to be about
So wait a second. My wife is this huge, fan of the Packers because of her dad or she or something, and this just came up a few years ago. And I've always watched football. All of a sudden, she becomes, maybe 5 years ago, totally enamored. And maybe it's Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. She loves him. But she's had this, memory of the Green Bay Packers. And I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I said this a few days ago. On Sunday, she is doing the dishes, and she looks over the top of the sink. I'm sitting at the table looking over the sports page, and I'm talking about the matchups coming. I said, they're not playing today. We got to, you got to buy this weekend. So Aaron Rodgers gets to rest his leg that Ndamukong Suh, stepped on, and they let him play. My wife said, boy, that pisses me off, like that. She was all mad. And she said, you know what the G on the helmet stands for, or the Packers? What does it stand for? Do you know?
I do not know. I know they were the Acme Packers back in the 20s.
They were the Acme Packers.
Yeah, the meat Packers. PETA people hate them because they were born out of a meat packing plant back in the 20s.
PETA hates the Green Bay Packers because they were named for meat packers.
Shit. The G stands for Green Bay.
The Acme Packing Company at Green Bay was a slaughterhouse.
My wife said the G stands for greatness. That's what she said to me.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it does say that also. It was just.
I would
get out of here.
It says that on Google. The G stands for Green Bay. However, when the logo was designed and adopted, it was determined the G would stand for greatness.
Now that means that my wife
knows more about football than you do.
Went online and got on some sort of a chat room. And is probably having an emotional, like one of those, what do you call it when you're having sex on the internet? You're having this affair with some cheesehead that she's fallen for. Cyber sex. She's having cheesehead cyber sex with some guy in Wisconsin. And the guy
I sent a cheesehead to my brother in Germany. They love it over there.
They do? Well, I've told you haven't had sex that you've done it doggy style with a cheesehead, my friend.
I think Jerry Jones and Chris Christie should set up this fucking hot tub on the sidelines Sunday.
You know how I know when my wife's having an orgasm on Sunday? She grabs her cheesehead with both hands and buries her face into the comforter, into the duvet.
My wife does that too.
Yeah, she grabs the cheesehead, pushes her head down, and goes,
You know, the sad part is that Romo's from down by Milwaukee. What a traitor.
That's amazing, Jay. That's amazing.
Jay, she hasn't done it till she's done it with 5-year-old Cheddar.
All right, thank you very much.
That got weird real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 5-year-old Cheddar.
One of our guests, remember we had the guy that was one of the guys that started Bitcoin. His name was Charlie Shrim, and he was under house arrest.
Yep.
It was the weirdest interview that I've ever done. I've never talked to somebody who was under house arrest.
Yeah, usually when they're involved with stuff like that, they don't want to speak to the media, but he was all about it.
Yeah, it was great. It was terrific. And answered all the questions, and he said his mom and dad were, upset and all this kind of stuff. He is going to jail. Yep. They're putting him away for 7 years, and he is going away. Now, he said he was completely innocent and that he didn't do anything, and it was something about the they were after him for no good reason. But he said he was sentenced for selling $1 million worth of digital currency for use. Oh, because it became a drug thing. Oh, you know what? He pleaded guilty. Yeah, he pleaded guilty. He had told us that he had no idea that it was going to the online drug bazaar. Now he says, I screwed up really badly. Man, oh man. So he'll spend less than 2 years. He'll go to minimum security, and he'll do, well, he's been under house arrest. He might do 8 or 9 months.
Well, I don't know what kind of house arrest he's under, because 7 hours ago he tweeted, standing in the snow, my Uber picked up the wrong passenger. Ugh.
Wow. Well, there's going to jail. I have no excuses for what I did. Now, he's only 25 years old. Right. So they're probably saying, okay, go to jail for 9 months. Prosecutors noted that he was the company's CEO and compliance officer. And he should know that with great power comes great responsibility. Bitcoin is my baby, said Shrim. It's my whole life. It's what I was put on this earth to do. He's been ordered to forfeit $1 million. She's going to pay him $1 million. And then underneath it says, hey, everyone, the Holiday Inn Express in Park Slope is now accepting Bitcoins. Come on. I mean, I haven't heard the word Bitcoin in forever. So I don't know what anybody is doing with them.
Well, I told you that the halal place near my house, Shawarmania, they take Bitcoin.
It's called Shawarmania?
It's called Shawarmania. Every time Christina says that, I lose it.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be like a place that the two broke girls would work, from that TV show. Oh, we're so broke. What are we going to do? Work at Shawarmania? And then I get a big laugh, with the machine. The fake laughter. Yeah. You have fake laughter when they they must definitely, they sweeten that show, and they do sweeten. That's right. Hold on. Watch this. So you and Medina, you're two broke girls. What happens if, wait a second. Take it down. What happens if you ever lose your job here at whatever coffee shop you work at? Where are you going to go work?
We're probably going to wind up working at Shawarmania.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. That was very funny for some reason.
The newest thing on Facebook is when you get a divorce, you and your former betrothed, you show everybody. Keith Hinson, 37 years old, Orlando, Florida, posted what is a divorce selfie. He and his wife, Michelle, grinning with their divorce papers, with the caption, "We smile not because it's over, but because it happened."
I love these people. Way to go.
On Facebook. Usually marriage is a negative thing. Now it's becoming divorce, exceptionally positive. This is ridiculous. Well, please. You don't break up because everything's good. The only way I would do a selfie is if my wife took less money after the divorce. All right, you know what? You want a fucking selfie? And you want to hold up the divorce papers? Then I'm paying you $3,000 less a month. Okay? That's the deal I'll make. Have your lawyer sign it up. I'll take a fucking selfie. We'll put on everything's hunky fucking dory. You ruined my fucking life. You're a fucking bitch. And now we're getting divorced. I'm not happy. That's healthy.
It doesn't always have to end that way, Jay.
It does.
No,
That's healthy. That's healthy. We got married. We had a fucking wedding. Now I'm embarrassed. And another big problem is changing one's status after or during a divorce can be fraught. Penny Berryman came into work and looked at her Facebook news feed to discover that her husband at the time had changed his status from married to single, and there was an announcement of their separation that they had not yet agreed upon to broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Berryman said, I was still married to someone who made a public statement on Facebook about our relationship. I wasn't ready for it. She's a marketing and communications specialist. Apparently, Penny Berryman, you're not good at it.
You're not good at your job.
And your fucking husband couldn't wait to, uncut the umbilical cord to the cauldron of hatred that he had for you. My God. Ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Now, wouldn't you think she didn't want to get divorced, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, that, and also she's embarrassed because she didn't get to make the first move. It's not in her control anymore. Because once you start posting that kind of stuff on Facebook, it goes live to everybody, and then in your news feed you see Christina Palumbo is in a relationship. Christina Palumbo got divorced. Christina Palumbo is single. And so then it comes an outcry from people. Oh, my God, are you okay? Is everything okay? I love you, honey. Mm-hmm. So she probably didn't want that attention. I can understand why she'd be mad about it. I would be also. Mm-hmm.
Well, to me, it would be more fun to hold up the divorce papers and go, #tee-hee-hee. It's just, all this friendship shit, like when you're getting fired and the guy goes, still friends? Fuck no, you asshole.
Right.
Jay,
I've got Julie in Boston on the line for you.
Still friends with my ex. We talk, we see the kids at Christmas and the whole thing,
I'm kind of fond of Leah Thompson myself.
All right. Thank you, Kristen. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Julie in Boston.
You know what? Julie, it's Jay Thomas. I swear to God, he's in me now. Crispin Glover has embedded myself.
It was exactly my plan. I've been living inside of a toilet paper roll. That's one of the few roles I can get these days.
All right, thank you, Crispin. Julie, go ahead.
Okay, well, one of your advertisers is, I don't know if you can hear the commercials that you play. They're advertising to buy a share in your own oil well as an investment.
Hold on. Well, stop. Can't talk about it. It's over. Great idea. Brilliant. Can't talk about it. Get rid of her. Get rid of her. No, there's no nothing. Damn right. I don't know what it talks about, but you buy it. Whatever comes on the air here, you buy it.
You think they're buying this bit?
I don't know. I don't know yet.
Jay, I've got Phil in Greensboro on the line for you.
Hello, Phil. It's Jay Thomas. How are you? Go ahead.
I'm doing good, Jay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I had a question. I guess it's two questions if you can tell me. One, when was
the second one's no good. Ask me the second one first. They're both good?
Okay, all right, I was going to ask this the other day. When did you start the, Phil of Greensboro or Jay of Santa Barbara? When did you start that?
When my computer was left in New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
And that computer has the telephone, what is it called? The package. The producer
Assistant
thing.
producer.
Yeah. It has an assistant producer in it and the phone, and it's a fancy schmancy thing that I can't put in my other computer. So I'm waiting for it to be returned. Why, do you like it or dislike it?
No, I love it. I haven't heard anyone use it other than like Jesus of Nazareth, and then you just always call not so and so from San Francisco or so and so in Chicago. It's always of wherever.
Well, that's how Christina talks. So we're making every person the son of God. All right, go ahead.
Okay, and the first question was, when did you start the get rid of them? Was that something you did back in the day on the radio, or is that only?
No, I got that from Levin, Mark Levin.
Mm-hmm.
You know who he is?
No.
The right-wing guy. He's really funny. He talks like this. Okay, hello, you're a lib. You're a no-good lib. He's a big right-wing guy. You're no good. You've elected that heathen that's in the White House, that Muslim, screaming and yelling. And I would yell at the radio, and I say, well, if you don't like him, get rid of him, I would say, as I'm listening. And every now and again, he would hang up or whatever. And so I came to work, and I started doing what I used to yell at I go, well, if you don't like him so much, get rid of him. And if I'm listening to somebody talk, I would always say in my real life, well, okay, get rid of him. And they would say back to me, oh, you think it's that easy? Like my wife would say, you know, something's not being done by the somebody or other at the house. And I go from my comfortable chair, get rid of him. Oh, I'm just going to get rid of him, just like that. I go, yeah, either that or fix it. But there's no in between here. So when I got on the radio, I don't know how many years ago, I said, get rid of him. Like, get rid of him right now, Christina. Get rid of him. What a stupid question. Get rid of him. When you're meaningless. Speaking of the internet, I went on Groupon. I had that guy on and said that was the dumbest idea I've ever heard. And he's a billionaire. No, I went on it to look for some cheap hotels in New Orleans about 3 or 4 months ago. And I never used it, and I couldn't figure out that I had to wait for other people to join up or something. And then I did get a Groupon dinner thing, and I went into the restaurant, and I had this fabulous Italian meal, and they didn't know what I was talking about when I said I had this coupon from Groupon. They didn't know what it was. And they said they were suing them, and they didn't authorize. I swear to God. And I ended up paying full price for this meal. Oh, it pissed me off. So I've never done anything again. They send me shit every day. Yeah. Here's the latest one. Hi, John. Here's our featured deal. A cemetery walking tour. Yeah, that's what I want to go on. I definitely want to have someone for $40 tell me that they're dead people in the concrete. That's what I want. You know.
What city?
New Orleans, because everybody's buried above ground. Hey, how about a CrossFit class? Sure. Here's another one. In New Orleans, a ghost tour.
That's new and original.
How about listen to this one, a wooden wood print photo bam.
What is a photo
What
bam?
is that?
See,
What is a photo bam?
I would do this stuff.
You want a home show visit?
Yeah, I'd go to the cemetery. I'd go to see the haunting stuff and the supernatural.
You can get Sabatier stainless steel flatware for $24.99. Don't send me. I'm a man, okay? I'm a man. Don't send me facial brush heads.
Why don't you just click the unsubscribe button on the bottom?
Well, I've done that. That doesn't seem to work.
Just like everything else.
It doesn't seem to work. You know.
Right before the break was over, Jay says, yeah, I have a question. Why is it that every time I try to download something, it just doesn't work? I do everything I'm supposed to do.
Can I ask a question?
No.
Has there a day passed that Adobe doesn't have an update? Is there a day that's ever passed? Every day I come in, I've updated every possible Adobe thing I could possibly flash drive, flash in the pan, which is what my hashtag is, hashtag flash in the pan, and everything. And I download, I hit it, I do it all. Yeah. I do it and then I finally figure it out. And I run whatever the video is that I'm being sent. Next day, you need the newest plug-in from Adobe. And I go through the same miserable fucking thing again.
Do you have a desktop or a Mac?
I have it all. I have a desktop. I have a Mac desktop. And I also have, a MacBook. I have it all.
Okay, because I was going to say, usually it's the desktops that always ask to constantly update all the freaking stuff. The Mac doesn't do that that often. So.
No, well, this one does. This is Brett. Why is everything about gay sex with you? I don't know. I have no idea. Is that something I talk about a lot? Gay sex? I don't.
I mean, I wouldn't say that you talk about it a lot.
But you think it's something I should maybe pull back on?
Well, I mean, it depends, I guess, on the company you're keeping. If Kevin Meaney's here, it's going to be hard to pull back on something like that because, it's his
Hold it a
lifestyle.
minute. Hey, wait a second. Hi, John. How would you like to be a project management certification career graduate?
Oh, boy.
It was $700. Now it's $69.
That's like 90%
I swear to God.
savings. That's
Wait a minute.
Deal and a half, man. Don't miss out on that.
Oh, really? I'm a project management certified. I'm project management certified. Where did you get the certification? Well, I'd gone to get some Italian food for half off on Groupon. Then I went to the Bukaki Yoga Center, and then I decided to get a project management $69 certificate. Oh, I paid $698 for that. Oh, really? You have Groupon.com?